Alright, here we are with Humblewood. We Didn't Start the Fire, Season 1, Episode 6. We are in July 2020, and...
And I am Tyler, I am the DM, and to my left we have Explain Why.
Peter as Pipsqueak Smallpaws, the Jerbean Cleric.
RD as Luna the Loony Luma, the Sorceress.
Devin as Red Beak the Hunter.
And unfortunately Mark was not able to make it tonight.
Womp womp.
So, who would like to recap?
I guess I should. So, the elections are closing by, and we were doing some politicking and some other things. So, while poor little Pipsqueak was organizing some stone pot cookout, whatever, and a political rally, Luna and Red Beak were infiltrating Brunhild's estate, as far as I remember.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we managed to get some popular support from the potluck, and those two managed to free a griffin and murder somebody. Who did you murder, Devin?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Brunhild's to blame.
Exactly. So, after that, they managed to escape on the griffin. They gave it to those Jerbeans that were all about freeing the magical animals and what have you, and snuck back into the, powwow to make themselves seen. And after the whole thing, some purge guards came about and tried to arrest our poor Red Beak for various reasons. He didn't resist, but then we started, fighting, and he got beaten up. Poor Pipsqueak got arrested, and we almost had a mob, going around and destroying everything, but Luna managed to calm them down. And after that, Luna met up with Benedict. Was it Benedict? No.
Mirabelle.
Mirabelle. Yeah, you met up with Mirabelle to learn her dark secret about why she can't vote our way. Turns out she's a werewolf. And then, you guys went to the prison to sequester poor beaten up Pipsqueak, and Red Beak confessed to some crimes to Councillor Benedict, the Paladin, trying to implicate Brunhild in various crimes. And I think that's where we left off.
Yup.
Huzzah.
Sounds about right. So, at the start of the session, some guards walk over to your cell and ratchet it open. Say, all right, you're free to go. Apparently there was a lack of evidence.
I'll just get up, stretch with my beaten up form. Oh, well. I'm glad that was all cleared up. And I'll just leave.
Okay.
Whistling while I work.
And this is the player session, so it is over to you guys with your checks to figure out what you want to do.
Speaking of, what's our goals?
Oh,
Yes,
shit.
that is a good time to set those down.
Mindset.
Slay something.
Every single sentence.
I'll pick slay something again. It worked out great last time.
I just want to get Brunhild unelected.
Okay.
Can you link the notes again?
Okay,
I can't seem to find it.
Okay.
Alright, I'll meet up with you guys. You jokers.
So, goals.
Get Brunhild unelected.
Get Brunhild unelected. That is a good goal. Lock that in.
Just steal another griffin. I don't even know where one is.
I guess I'd like to get political / maybe start a movement with all that momentum.
Raw talent that's been unleashed.
Well, there was a lot of momentum behind Pipsqueak last time, so yeah.
Do you think you could run for election right now?
Kind of late.
It's a little too late to enter the race.
Plus, we basically agreed that we'll be leaving the town with all the refugees soon, so...
Remember that?
Oh, yeah,
Leaving the
that's
town?
Helping all those poor people.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not looking forward to going near an avian. They're gonna want my book back.
Okay, so we've got our goals, so
Yeah.
player's turn.
I'm gonna have to see you guys.
What's up?
Slay something. That was the goal.
Okay, say something.
Alright, we don't
Yeah.
do that.
Approach poor Pipsqueak. Slash.
Oh,
All
I
accomplished.
You got that at the jail?
Who
Oh,
wants to go first?
Who has the most checks right now?
Probably me.
Yeah.
I've got 9 checks total, including my magical cleric check.
How many do you have?
5, at least.
Good
Did
lord.
you
And you
add,
have 7.
did you add the free one for this session?
How many free ones were there?
2.
Yeah, so yeah, I did.
Okay.
Oops.
So first of all, I'd like to get healed up because I'm injured, and I don't think recapping the session would help with that.
No, it doesn't.
Exactly. So it says here
God.
that's an OB4 health check.
But you are in your hometown,
Yep.
so I believe you get a bonus to that.
Okay, so how much of a bonus is that?
1 die.
Okay. So that's 4 dice. Will I give anything for the recap?
No, but other people can help you if they have applicable skills.
Okay.
You could also spend a check to find medical aid and then have them roll for you.
Okay. I guess I'll just have to tap my nature perhaps for this roll to get that OB4. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, injured is rough.
Yeah. So I'll spend my persona point to add my 6 nature to this. And I'm going to say that Pipsqueak goes back to his familiar home, the thimble that's in the upper trunk, and sequesters himself there with his family just to recover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go.
Okay, so you head back home, and everyone is super concerned about you. They're really distraught. They've heard about the trials and tribulations that were happening in the Underroots, and everything was going on. So as soon as you walk in the door, your mother basically just sweeps you off your feet, just sticks you into bed, brings you soup, brings you bandages, brings you a doctor, and you get swaddled and taken care of until you are fully healed.
What's that? So that's
Do
my
you want to go next?
Yeah. So, guys, we still we did all this really crazy shit last time, but we kind of need to figure out the fucking election. So I was thinking, and I'm gonna look in my book, and I've in the back section of the book, I've been scribbling notes about the council and some things that I've been trying to figure out. Do you remember they said there was this Luma on the council who's named Mary? I think I'm going to go have a conversation with her and talk to her Luma to Luma and be like, you should live up with us. What you think, guys?
You could also go to, her debate with her opponent that's also Luma, and then, sway either side, because I think it's a
I
close
should just
election.
sway them both. Then
Exactly.
guaranteed.
Mary and Jocelyn.
So which one are you going to?
I'm
Mary
gonna
or
go talk-
Jocelyn?
I'm gonna talk to Mary.
Okay.
My bitch, Mary.
Okay. So Mary is out. She's canvassing. She's walking the streets. She's going door to door. She's talking to people. Yeah. So you managed to track her down after doing some footwork, going through her district. She is in the Bright Hollows. She's the 3rd district there. Yeah.
Hey, you must be Mary.
I am Mary.
Can I take one of her flyers?
Yes, please. Are you a voter?
No, unfortunately I'm not, but I'm very helpful.
No, well, I can always appreciate someone who is helpful.
I'm here to talk to you actually about the vote itself. I have some interesting things about that I'd like to talk to you about. Can I take you for I don't know, a drink or something, or some food, or some bird seed,
I don't know. I'm very busy, Luma. I have a lot of canvassing to do.
Can I use my magic to try and get all the flyers to fly and staple all the doors on the street?
Absolutely.
Just wordlessly.
That sounds like a pretty simple cantrip, so I'm going to say it's an OB2.
In OB2? Okay, I'm gonna use my
Well, is that what you want to spend your check on, or should we just narrative power it away?
Peter's right. Let's not spend the check on this.
Okay.
So you do that. So you
I'm not doing right.
you just whisk your wings, your hands, and you send all of the flyers, and they all just
On the
fly
doors.
around and just tuck into
On the doors.
various doors. And she goes, "Oh, I see you are a very talented sorceress."
Like the most talented at the avium that like they ever saw. Do you know the avium?
I am familiar with it.
Did you know my mentor Mulligan Merrilobo?
Not personally.
Oh, that's unfortunate. He was very cool.
So, since you seem to have done most of my work for me, what can I do for you?
Have a drink with me, talk to me, like let's like a boogaloo with a Luma in this crazy fucking place, talk about it a little bit.
I suppose I can spare 10 minutes.
10 minutes is all I need to drink a lot. Let's go. Whatever, like the closest bar nearby.
Okay.
Pop in.
So
And
you guys sit down, and this is actually going to be a conflict.
shit.
Because you're trying to convince her of something that she's not entirely opposed to doing it because she's pretty on the fence, but she's not inclined to take your side.
Fight.
Just
This
beat
position.
her up.
Verbal
D&D, right?
conflict.
Just punch her.
That's how friendships are made.
I mean, okay.
So this is a social skill. So you're going to roll your best social skill, and you're going to add it to your will. And that's going to be your disposition.
My social skills are
Persuader.
it's
Deceiver, 2.
shit manipulator 3.
Ah, there you go.
Wait, is it manipulator? Didn't we agree that manipulator and deceiver were the same thing?
I think we did.
Let's see.
That's something that we're going to have to revise
Yes,
for
you
next
have-
session. So just use the higher of the two for
Okay.
now.
3. So I'm gonna roll that and then add my.
Will as a baseline, I think.
Okay, sick, dude. Sick.
So
Not
5.
bad. I'm at 5. Cinetala?
She's also sitting at a 5.
Okay, so what do you want to accomplish in this conflict?
Yeah, so set your goals.
I would like her to vote our
in
way. I just want her to be my friend. Honestly, I'm just looking for her to do friends. No, I'm looking for her to vote my way.
And what is her goal? She wants to get you to campaign for her.
I mean, if she'll vote my way, I'll campaign for her.
But like, if she wins, you'll campaign for her regardless of her position. So it's like, this is the conflict.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't want to waste my time on that.
Well, that's the conflict. So don't die. So don't lose
She
it.
just stabs me. Sorry, this is actually D&D.
You're in the conflict and you're like, I'm losing this. Somebody needs some help. And like a red
1
dot
second
appears on her
to
forehead. And
set
Slay
my
something.
actions. Okay, I'm set.
What are your 3 actions?
You can
Uh,
use insight to try and reveal
Oh,
what her
yeah.
actions are.
I want to use my insight.
Roll it. 3. 1 success.
At some point, she will faint.
Which means...
She used the feint action of the 3 actions coming up.
Yeah, so feint beats attack, defense beats feint.
How I defend, I don't advance myself though, right?
That's right.
Well, you probably want to be tied to feint because you know feint will be cancelled by her feint.
Well, I think I would like to attack first because I'm the one that's bringing her to dinner.
Well, but maybe like, oh, your feint is you're trying to get her drunk first and, you know, you'll drop the bomb at the end of it. Or
Yeah, would that maybe be...
I try and pick my actions based on the personality of who you're facing. So if you're up against a wild boar in the woods where all it wants to do is gore you to death, it's going to be attack, attack, attack. If you're facing a politician who's trying to defeat you in a conversation, they're going to be a little cagey about what they do. And they're probably going to try and be a little more manipulative.
Yeah. I feel like I should, like, maneuver.
Just thought of a
Okay,
fun
you have
strategy.
3 things to pick. So,
I mean, maneuver isn't beat by anything, right? It just gives me an advantage in the
yeah.
next one.
So you could start with a maneuver and then go into something more offensive, like a feint or attack.
Maneuver, feint, attack, maybe?
Uh,
Try to lock her down at the end. Which is probably exactly what she's gonna do.
Sounds good enough.
So
Maneuver,
again?
feint, attack.
All right. She is feinting, maneuvering, and defending.
That's what I don't get.
So first is feint versus maneuver, which I believe is independent.
I think so.
So I have to pick a skill.
Yes. So you could do your deceiver or...
I'm gonna try and, I could try and like build on my rapport using my sorcery and try to like conjure and like wow her with my sorcery because it's also my highest skill. And that's me.
Okay. Magic.
Magic.
That's 2 successes.
2 successes.
And you're maneuvering.
Yes.
So what do you choose to use those 2 successes for?
Where is the cheat sheet about what you can...
Yeah, I've never actually maneuvered before. I'm very much.
Let's see. Jeez. Do you have that someone on you, Tyler?
I don't. I'm sorry.
God.
I think with 2 successes, you can advance for position, which gives you +2 dice on your next roll. I think 1 die gives the opponent -1 dice on their next roll, and 3 dice lets you pick both.
Okay, so I get
That's-
+2 dice.
Just what I remember. I don't. So she got 2 successes on her feint, which reduces your disposition by 2.
Okay.
Sick dude.
So, maneuver. You can impede for 1 to give -1 disadvantage to your opponent's next action.
Yeah, which is 1 dice.
You can gain position, which is +2 advantage to your next
Okay.
action.
I got it
You
right.
did it perfect.
Yeah. And 3 is the
So you get +2 dice on your next action.
And I lost 2 disposition.
You lost 2 disposition. And next she is maneuvering, and you are
Thing.
feinting, which is again
I'm gonna use my manipulator.
independent. Okay.
That's 3 + 2, so that's 5, right? 3. So 3 successes for her.
2 for me. So she's going to take +2 dice on her next action. So you got 3 successes. So
Yeah.
you reduce her by 3.
So 3
So the
versus 2.
score is now 3 for you, 2 for her.
Okay.
And the last action, she's defending, and you are attacking.
So how do you attack her?
Can I use my wand somehow?
Yeah. Why don't we role play through this last bit? So
Yeah.
we've done a bit of a conversation. We've bandied back and forth. How are you convincing her exactly?
I want to appeal to the fact that we're similar. We're both Lumas. We both love magic. And at the end of the day, I want to wow her with like a really beautiful.
Okay,
piece of
let's do
magic.
that. Let's role play
Yeah.
through the whole sorcery angle. Like how are you? What are you saying?
So, where did you learn about the avian then, Miss?
I dabbled in my youth. I spent some time there.
I am in my youth and I dabble in things. Oh, we're so similar. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
We were both young once. I'm still technically pretty young, but like, we both.
You know, in many ways, you remind me of a younger me.
Did you borrow a book from the avium ever?
I may have borrowed some items.
I'm gonna just slap my stolen tome on the table. Have you ever seen this sick
This
book?
is quite a book.
I'm gonna just flop it open and just like, do you like magical creatures?
I have a certain passing familiarity for them.
Passing familiarity is better than none at all. Now let me show you what I'm gonna like go through and show her on like and recently. I stole a little bit of a griffin. I freed the griffin very recently.
That sounds
Okay.
very dangerous.
I'm just pointing this out here. By saying that, you have now given someone else a contradictory story that we told the paladin to get rid of the guy we're trying to get rid of.
Have you
told the
remembered
paladin.
who my character
I'm
is?
just throwing it out there.
It was like a long time ago, not that recent. Like
That
months
sounds
ago.
very dangerous.
It-
Where was the griffin being held?
He was in like the woods in this like crazy chains. It was fucking wild, dude. Some fucking asshole. You know how people be with like the magical creature. They want to constrain it. They want to hold it because they feel like they are unpowerful themselves, and they want to hold a symbol of power in order to make themselves feel larger. It's like a dick measuring contest, but with animals.
Alright, let's roll this and see how it goes.
So I get +1 success for attack for my magical one. I wanted to do a big magical thing. I want to like that was my thing. I wanted at the end to do like a very elaborate like illusory spell or some kind to like represent the whole griffin thing.
So
maybe.
Sure, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
So maybe you're conjuring the image of the poor griffins
One,
with your
two,
magic.
three. I need one more dice.
Ugh.
1, 2, 3.
Three
Three successes and it's sixes,
+1.
so I can use something to reroll them all, right?
Fate.
Use my fate point, reroll the 3 6s that I got.
Wow, you got 3.
Yeah, and I got 2 more successes. That's
Yeah,
5 successes.
You can actually re-roll that 6
Again, without spending another one.
without spending another one.
It's like 8 successes or something because I have the plus.
That's
one.
enough to win.
Yeah.
You know, I like you.
Well, a lot of people do. I'm so very charming, honestly.
So, something tells me you didn't approach me just to say hello.
Well, I do like to do that sometimes because I love to make new friends, especially people who are as cool as you are. Like, let's be real about it. But no, I have a bit of a problem, and I'm hoping that you can maybe help me with it because, I mean, I heard a rumor that you might be voting with Galant regarding the refugees and like the resettling of them. And I have a plan that I'd like to enact, and it's really important to me to keep them safe and keep everybody else safe and keep the world a better place. I'm a very charitable woman, and I don't think that the plan that he has is very good. So our plan is to like maybe change that a little bit into a plan that's better for all of us.
Between you and me, I don't personally care for Galant all that much.
He's a right cunt, isn't he?
He is.
Oh, I know you would say that we're so similar.
I vote with him because that seemed to be the way the wind is blowing.
Oh,
But
it's not that.
you come in here, you show me something maybe a little different, you sound like you have a good plan.
Very good.
I'll tell you what. If you can secure enough votes to tie, I will be your swing vote.
I think that we're very close to that. I think we honestly, like, I don't know how to count that well, because it's all in my head sometimes, but I think we're very close.
But I'd like to be on the winning side.
We all do want to be on the right side of history, don't we?
Yes. So, if you pull this off, I will be right there with you.
I think that you will be surprised at the things that are about to happen in this place. I'm not trying to leave any threats. Don't ever say I was here.
If I vote with you on this issue
Yeah.
and we lose, my wrath will be terrible.
Oh, you don't seem like a very wrathful woman.
Just watch.
Have you ever seen my wrath? It's pretty fucking scary too, so I understand.
But I will take your word for now, and I will vote with you on this issue.
You'll be so happy that you did. Mary, it's so nice to meet you, and I shake her hand with my wing.
Okay, she shakes her hand back.
Oh, we're like the bestest of friends ever. This is so good.
Next session, who was she again? I don't remember her name.
And like she walks past you. Where are you?
Okay, next check.
Devon, would you like to do something?
Yes, I'd like to get rid of the injured condition.
Okay.
How do I do that? How did Peter do that?
OB4 health check.
For a health check. So I roll against. Where are you, health? I have health 3 dice. How can I get this more?
So you can find a doctor, and you can have them roll their health skill, or their medicine skill, instead of your health.
I do have healer 5.
Okay,
Yes.
can you make the
or-
check?
Peter could spend one of his many, many, many checks.
Can I just spend my check and make him make the roll?
No. You have to spend your check on your roll.
I-
Peter would have to spend one of his checks to roll
I mean-
your check.
Is there some way he can get some helps to buff my roll for helping him?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I will go find someone to get herbs and spices, secret herbs and spices to cure my injuries.
Okay.
To help.
That sounds like a circles check. OB2.
God damn it. Keep making. Alright, here we go. I got 3 dice to circles.
we all do.
God damn it. 3 ones.
Well, mark your failure.
No. Yeah, mark your failure.
Mark.
I am going to give you the success with a complication.
Cool.
Okay. So you go out to get herbs and spices, but you unwittingly happen into a drug dealer.
Okay.
Who then deals you the necessary pharmaceuticals that you need to recover, but this is observed by the Purge Patrol.
Okay.
They're gathering.
We go straight to his house to get healed.
Yeah. So you notice that there are a couple of guards who are tailing you. You don't notice them until after you make the purchase, and then you realize oh shit, this is actually illicit substances. And you turn around and you see them, and they just kind of make that motion at you, and then walk away.
I'm gonna mouth with my beak.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess I'll spend my check now to tend to Red Beak.
Yeah, and you get +1 die from his medicinal herbs and spices.
Huzzah. So that will be 6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. Huzzah!
That's what you need. You are no longer injured.
Yes. I have 4 checks left. Perfect.
So, Luna, would you like to do something?
I'm gonna run back to everybody like, oh my god, guys, I met the coolest lady ever. Her name is Mary. She's so much. She's gonna vote with us, by the way. If we can get everybody else to vote with us too. So let's get on that shit. So I think our next step is to maybe work on campaigning for Peyton, because fuck Brunhild
Yeah.
hard.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So how are you going to do that?
Help. This might be something we all do. I feel like this is.
I mean,
maybe assist me.
You
in
can
this.
all do it, but you have to make the roll if
I
it comes
can
up
do
because
that.
it's your check.
What do you use any ideas?
I mean, we could be just going to the district and complaining about how Brunhild beat up poor Red Beak here.
And you?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that in your district? Wait.
Uh,
The mid trunk.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
They
mean, you
don't
can just
care.
straight up make an order roll.
yeah.
Yeah.
just be
Hilrigy,
delivering a
listen up,
speech.
motherfuckers. Yeah, that's
Look at this poor pipsqueak. He's still
Pardon
in
the
the hobbling.
language.
So this is a pretty close election, and you're not lying, so the truth is on your side. So it is an OB2 check.
Wait, what is my order? I don't even know if I have that skill.
Well, I guess you don't.
I don't. I have an X in it. So that means, okay, it's been a while. An X means...
I think that means that you tried
You're
it.
learning it.
You're
But I have-
learning it.
I have 2 passes and 2 fails. Have I gotten it yet, though?
I mean, no, I think you have to match your nature.
You have to match your nature. Yeah.
Which is 6.
Yeah.
Good lord.
More. Well, you could use your nature in this role instead because you are a Luma.
Yeah.
And I love to be speaking and talking.
So, I think
Let's use my nature for this one.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so like either you spend your persona to add it to this role and then you're added to the beginner's luck, or you're just using it instead because that's within your nature.
It's definitely within that nature of mine.
Okay.
Would anybody like to help me, maybe? Can they help me on these?
Yes,
What
they can.
specific role is this?
It's an order roll. You could, give me a cool stick so I look official. I don't know. Come up with something.
But
y'all.
I mean, she's talking about how you guys were beaten and oppressed.
Can I just be
Oh,
there?
just be
or
there.
can I be-
Literally
Yeah,
just
do,
physically exist.
Performative. Yeah.
So I get 1 dice.
I mean, I went out of my way to get myself as absolutely as possible so I wouldn't have to be performative.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess I'll add my healer and here are the injuries he has sustained.
Just like analyze them, so I get another dice for that.
Yep.
Shaking 8 dice. I'm shaking
Roll.
8 dice. I
success.
saw the fuck. Alright, we're
But
gonna.
it's a 6.
And
so
I'm
you
gonna
can
use
use a fate.
fate point, because that's really sad.
And you get it.
Oh, Lord have mercy. So I feel successful in this?
So yeah, so you go and you deliver a rousing speech about how what's his name? Benedict? Brunhild. About how Brunhild is oppressive and he's beating people down and he's a tool of the state and that people need to rise up and seize back the power for themselves.
Seize the means of production, people.
Yeah. And you feel like you really impassion these people. Like a lot of people are really like listening and nodding along
Is
and,
Peyton over doing
and chanting.
this?
Well, yeah, Peyton knows you're doing this. Yeah.
I endorse this message.
Yeah. Little stamp.
So yeah.
You're his super pack.
So yeah, mark that you've get a pass on your nature.
Oh, I pass on my
Then we should probably bounce back to you
Okay.
because you have so many checks.
Okay. So I wanted to start a movement. So I guess I'll spend that check to organize maybe with my family, with artisans, to try rallying some humble folk up. You know, in general, just coalesce based on her speeches and what have you, and make a little movement just to make this elections about those kind of issues. So maybe with an orator. So either like to those organizations
Sure.
or.
Sure. You want to do an orator to start riling the people of the Underfall up.
I guess in general throughout the Alderheart, I suppose.
Alderheart is a big ask. You've got to be a little more specific in where you're going. Like, if you wanted to rile up Alderheart, that is possible, but it would take multiple checks to do.
I mean, I do have those. So yeah, I guess I'll try doubling down on Alderheart. So.
Okay. So you're going to start with the Underfall?
Sure.
Okay.
Wonderful.
And what are you saying? Pitch it to me.
So I guess working with my craftsman family, I whip up some banners for us with all the humble folks rising up, maybe our fists in the air. We're humble but we're strong, and trying to unite those humble folks in a common cause here, because it's really a fertile ground for it with all those refugees and so on.
Okay. That will definitely work, and that will be easy to do, but it's going to be hard to spread that message throughout Alderheart, because Alderheart is not composed of humble folk.
I mean, there are some folks in Alderheart, I guess, so appealing to them, I suppose.
Yeah, if you're focusing on appealing to the humble folk in Alderheart, you can definitely do that. I'm just saying, once you start to get up into the upper branches, you're going to find less and less of them, and it's going to be a little more difficult.
Okay. I guess it'll be humble folk plus whoever's sympathetic to this cause, as opposed to
Okay,
something like that.
sure. Roll it and give me a 3.
Ooh. 2 successes. Can I spend my poor wise to reroll and fail, I guess?
Because you're in the Underfall? Yes, you can.
Huzzah! 3 successes.
Okay. So, Will, you're out giving your speech. You're out giving yours as well.
Yeah.
And it meets with a similar level of success. The people in the Underfall are distraught. They're downhearted. They're very willing to listen to a charismatic leader who is, coming out to tell them that they can be better, they can do better, that there's a better life for them. Especially because you've done so much work in this community already. They're very willing to get behind you, and they want to know what's next.
Okay.
What do they do?
I guess just to put pressure on the politicians to, be more caring about, the plight of the humble folk, I suppose.
Okay.
Sorry?
Vote for France.
I mean, we can then use that momentum for whatever votes we need, but right now we're starting
You
the
can
movement.
endorse Francis.
Again, they'll be vehicles. Still have enough checks to go to
That's
those.
true.
So, somebody else who'd like to go?
Okay, so have you guys dealt with the warmonger at all?
No. I mean, I was planning to like first whip up a movement and then go to him with those sort of supports.
How could my check progress what you're doing then? Give me some suggestions.
Okay. Well, what are your good skills that could be useful in this political situation?
Hunter, animal husbandry, stealth, and then everything else is pretty garbo.
So you're a hunter and you have stealth, and you know that there is something about this guy that you could use to apply pressure.
Yeah, I need more context though,
So-
so I know what we're looking for.
So you could try sneaking around trying to find some dirt on him, talking with some seedy underbelly.
Yeah, I'm not super good at talking to people.
You could just follow him around.
Alright, but that's stealth, and that's the worst thing I'm at. Like, it's not the
We
worst.
asked what you were good at. And
It's
you
not the
said-
worst. Okay, out of the top three, it's hunter, animal husbandry, stealth, and then everything else is right behind it. If you give me something to do with hunter, holy fuck, am I on your side here? I can help you real good.
Like always, I don't know, invite him to some hunting party. And get him
Yeah,
to
they
spill the
hunting parties.
Yeah.
Does he hunt?
Yes, he
Is
does.
he going to a hunting party?
He is
A raptor.
Ooh,
He's
a
your
raptor.
species.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're all
well,
hunting.
I'll just crash his hunting party then. Like, I'll sign up as well, and that'll give us time to golf together.
Okay.
That's like a classic Robin Hood scene where, like, they got the villain and they got whatever nobleman that isn't Robin Hood. They're hanging out in a hunting party, chasing a stag down. They do dialogue. You get, the villain's persona or whatever. Blah blah blah. It's a whole movie
So-
setup trope.
As it turns out, he is going on a fox hunt this
Perfect.
evening.
Perfect. I'll sign on up.
Okay. So you go. There's a big party. They're all getting dressed up. They have horses. Oh, I'm not familiar with you. Are you new in town?
Yes, I'm here from the front lines.
The
Took some
front
time to
lines.
myself.
And which front lines would that be? The front lines against the fire? The front lines against the bandits?
I'm from the Ash Barrows.
A firemonger?
It's not. I'm not going to argue that.
Well, good that you could get some rest and relaxation.
Yes, it might be nice to work with, do some hobby work instead of work.
So you'll be partaking in the hunt.
Oh, absolutely.
Care for a friendly wager?
Absolutely.
I bet 30 crowns. I can bag more foxes than you.
I'll match that with my halberd.
Putting a personal effect in the pot. Daring. I like it. Well then, away we go.
Are they okay with me having the panther here?
Yeah.
Okay, good,
No,
'cause it's my hunting dog.
Yeah.
It's a full blood brand.
It's not strange for there to be barbarians, rangers, druids, sorcerers.
All right.
Okay. So how are we gonna do this?
Give me a hunting dog,
Let's
then I can add my nature.
do a contest
Oh shit.
where we'll do 3 rolls, your hunting skill versus his. Whoever wins the most of those 3 matchups bags the most foxes.
That sounds good. Peter, are there more dice on the table? I'll need them.
Here's a whole tray.
Thank you. Bless you, Ants. Lance.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm sure
4
the listeners are gonna
successes.
love that.
Womp, womp.
Wait, what do you get?
4.
4. Mother fudger. Okay, I'm gonna tap my nature.
Okay.
Hunt prey being my nature.
Sounds legit.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How do I tap my nature again? I gotta spend a persona for that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend those like they're going out of business. Okay. So it's most successes or most victories?
Most successes.
So I.
Oh no,
incentivize-
sorry. So there's 3 rounds. Whoever wins the most of those 3.
That's 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
There's no
that's
point
two out of
cranking my successes up. They don't. They can't give me good, then I won't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
3. First round goes to you.
Oh wait, I have to add one more die because my Pathur's here. No, don't worry about that one.
Round 2.
Good show.
Yes, blue as well.
You take to this like a natural. Do you hunt often?
I have to in my line of work. Always scavenging for supplies, food, and stranger things coming from the fire.
And what line of work is that?
Just helping people who need help. Troubleshooting. I see a trouble, and I shoot it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes.
I only got 3, so
Perfect.
yeah.
You
that's- let's roll the last one.
Yeah, sure. I'm not going to spend my persona point, though. That's drunk talk.
Just to see how it
Beautiful
goes.
drunk talk. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
I also got 5, so he ties you in the last. But you handily beat him in the first 2.
Perfect.
Well done. Well done indeed. Here is your reward.
Take it.
Increase your resources by 1.
Nice.
Ooh.
Unlimited power.
No, just one.
You know, you strike me as a like-minded individual. How is it I haven't come across you before?
I've been on the front lines for a long time, and when we hit our 15th winter, that's when we're sort of allowed to do our own thing for a summer.
You know, I might have need of someone of your skills. Are you familiar with my position?
I'm aware that you're a part of city governance in a much larger scale than the locals we've been interacting with.
Yes, I am a council member. I am orchestrating an offensive against the bandits. I could use someone like you at the spearhead of that.
Bandits are one of the chief concerns we have in the Ash Barrows. They keep messing up our carefully planned out rescues and fire breaks. They're a curse upon all the lands.
Let's talk play. What do I need to do to get you in my wheelhouse?
Swing your vote on the refugee crisis. It goes in your favor.
I don't think that's on the table.
It'll allow you to set up a new stronghold that you can reinforce with troops to spearhead attacks against the bandits, giving you pull to wipe them out once and for all. It's to your advantage.
That is true, and I see the advantage of it. But there is also an advantage to having allies on the council. And a man like me doesn't quickly betray his allies.
Surely,
Once I tie to someone, I tie fast.
surely Galant will allow you but one disagreement if it's for the greater good of dealing with this bandit issue.
Do you have
He's a reasonable man.
Do you have any social skills you can roll?
I mean, I have circles 3, and I'm an extrovert. That's my nature.
You roll your nature.
You could roll your nature.
So circles in nature.
Just
No, just your nature.
unless you want to spend
All
persona
of them.
points,
I do want to spend a persona point, obviously.
then yes.
All right, cool.
This is why we never have
You
persona
always
points.
double tap your nature by rolling nature and adding nature to the roll.
I rolled pretty well, so.
Good thing you're
I will
happy.
spend a fate point to reroll 6s just in case, because I have 12 fate points. Don't fail me now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8.
That is more than enough. I do side with Galant, but I am not his lackey.
Put up my hands like I was inclined. I'm tipping my hand that I understand the complexity of the situation a bit more than I originally let on. Of course. He does cast a shadow, of course.
The bandits are our greatest threat. And there is an advantage to establishing a forward position towards them. So you're saying that if I switch my vote from Galant to Hildegard, instead of putting the refugees out of the way, you would be establishing them as a forward outpost to strike against the bandits?
They need to be repurposed. Everyone needs a purpose to succeed in life.
The tip of the spear. I can get behind that.
Dracula parent. Blood parent.
I reject.
Right?
Galant.
Like, just friendly nod. I'll put up my hand to shake on it.
He shakes your hand.
Hey, that was
I'm
clean.
glad we met.
As am I. It's good to know that even here in the cradle of civilization, there's people who think about the front lines.
We must always be pushing against the boundaries, lest the boundaries push against us.
Yeah, I don't have anything clever to say that. That's a good line. I'll just agree. Because in my head, right, because I'm a murderer and stuff.
Yup.
That's exactly what I do to get what we want.
Okay, next check.
I think that might be you. Because
Yeah,
you
sure.
have quite a few more than that. Oh,
Sure.
that's-
So I'll spend my check to try to also swing some vaults. Well,
I think that we've swang quite a swang. We've swang. Good
Swang.
word.
2, I think.
It
And
was
you
like-
need 3.
We got Mary and we got
Fendrel
and Fenbrel.
and
And
Brunhild.
you've influenced the election for Brunhild and Peyton, but I mean, that's still kind of up in the air.
Okay, so I'll spend my
Kilburn.
one check now to. Well, since we're in Underfall, then Merrick's up for election there, so I'll try to continue my, political movement here to swing in his favor / secure that his opponent will be also voting for the refugees, I guess. So
Merrick would vote with Hildegard, yeah.
So I guess, implying that Pipsqueak met with him and I guess verified what's his up with and try to support him with this movement that we've established in the Underfall. So I guess it'll be another orator roll.
Yep.
Oh, one success. Is that enough?
No.
Okay, I'll spend some fate points then. Can I spend more than one for this thing or just tapping my wise?
What are you trying to do?
I'm using my wise to spend a fate point to reroll a failed roll.
Yeah, so you can do that once.
Once. Okay. So I guess I failed then the orator roll. To convince the people to rally behind this guy. Mary.
Okay, so you go out to give your speech, and you start talking and going through your same talking points as you did in the last speech that you gave in the Underfall, which was very successful. But it doesn't seem to be having as much of an effect until eventually you feel a sort of shift in the mood. It's almost like a wind blows across everyone, and all of a sudden everything changes, and everyone starts paying more rapt attention to you, and focusing more in on what you're saying. And as you're speaking, you see through the crowd foxes moving, and you hear in the back of your mind, "You owe me."
Damn it. You are racking up
Thanks,
the
Cran.
IOUs right now. You are about to get your soul reaped. I don't think that's what they do, but
See, Cran only reaps your soul if you go to him and ask him for your deep, dark magic. Tell me your secrets, Sith Lords.
Do you want to go?
yeah, I want to try and help out Peyton, but I'm thinking inciting propaganda against Brunhild instead of going for Peyton. I want to take the opposite route and like
Smear
expose
campaign.
I really want to do a smear campaign. It's not hard.
Okay. What do you say?
What do I think would like appeal to the people of the mid trunk the most? Like, what are some of their values? Because I don't.
People of the mid trunk.
Well, I think they have the market there.
Yeah, they're very economically focused.
So probably also like very maybe
So
into...
one of the things that you know about Brunhild that is not a lie is that he maintains a residence in the mid trunk and a residence in the upper trunk.
Yeah.
And if you just want to start spreading information that he is living large in the upper trunk while
Yeah,
pretending to be a mid trunk spokesperson,
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You
that's-
care about us. That's a great idea.
like that's you know that's not a lie,
No.
but it's something that looks bad for him.
Would it be? Could I use manipulator on it, or I have to use?
You
it?
could absolutely use manipulator.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. Oh my goodness, did you hear about fucking Brunhild, the stupid mansion up in the hills? He collect the taxes, he sit up there and he just eat caviar and all the fancy shit. Well, we work our asses off in this market. I'm gonna start it in the market.
Yeah, I'm picturing
Like
you,
I'm
like,
in the market
like going
with-
from like bar to bar and like
Oh.
talking to people. Like you just sit down next to someone and then
Yeah.
you turn to them and you talk to them like, "Oh, can you believe this brilliant
Like,
old guy?"
fuck.
And
I know
then
listen to this Peyton guy. He's really for the people. And I don't know. I think it might be good for business to have someone who actually like understands us and isn't just like using us to like live in a nice house.
okay, hit a 2.
Of which one?
Manipulator.
Manipulator.
I think you have 3 in that.
Yep, I do. Can I do something to make it better though?
I think
Nature.
that this is within your nature.
Damn right it is. Do 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 do. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That was
successes.
a nice roll.
I have literally 3 6s here.
Yeah.
Like that was really nice.
No, you crushed that.
And then
Yeah.
I want them to like spread it. The idea is they're
Yeah. So
spreading
like
that one.
everyone you talk to is like, yeah, like I always thought it was wrong. That like he doesn't even live here.
What the fuck
Like
is
what
he
is
doing?
what is up with that?
He's using us for our money. He's using our votes to get more power and thereby more money. And here we are working our asses off, slaving away in the market, selling our wares. And I don't think the only thing he's ever sold is a lie that he's for us, you know?
Yeah.
What a lie he sold. I mean, great salesperson, but fuck that dude.
Yeah, so you definitely like spread some discontent.
Yeah, hopefully that.
So you guys can probably consider that election a loss.
This is sick. I'm so happy that dude's losing his spot. Nothing feels better. Like, honestly, this entire season, that's all I want.
He crossed me. He dismissed me. Now
Eventually, when he's alone,
I
he's
burned this
sad,
place
I will kill
down.
him.
Okay,
Oh, I
who wants to
haven't
go
done
next?
that
We locked in the election. We got 3 checks left. Well, I got 3 checks left. How many other checks you got left, Pete?
you've got 5.
Okay, spend one of yours then.
Okay, so we got Marek the Hedge. We got Peyton versus Brunhild. We got Mary if we tie at least. We
I
got
think we won.
Fendrell locked in. Well, you also wanted to
Do
go.
you not want to do anything for Mirabelle? I mean, she's being blackmailed
Yeah.
against her will.
Well, from Ian.
Can you heal werewolf?
Well, probably not. But like from what like.
No, that attitude.
If my character would learn
Yeah,
about
right?
this, probably he'd be like, okay, well, I cannot, make you swing a vote because that's endangering you yourself. Therefore, he'd probably feel bad trying to persuade her of anything. So anything that he want to do would be like, I don't know, try to heal her, do some rituals and so on. I mean, I could use some fails on my rituals, so
What you
so
could
I'm
do-
not sure what I could do.
do you want to help someone? I could use some fails.
I mean,
She like has an extra eye by the end of it. You're like, damn it.
I'm not sure what I could do for Mirabelle because hey, if Galant has her in his pocket, then what are you pitching here?
I don't know. I'm just saying it seems like you're kind of leaving it on the table.
Well, like I don't have an idea of how I could be swinging it other than I don't know, doing something with Galant to free her of her bondage or something.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, you got the checks. The checks allow us to change the narrative. Let's just go all in on it. How many you got left, Artie?
I got 4.
You got 4. I think I got 3, 7. You got 5 of 13. With 13 checks, we can fucking save this person from Gap.
Okay, so how do we want to do this? How do we want to...
You should meet with Galant. I could be there as like your, I don't know, is it major domo or like right-hand dude? I seem to be your right-hand dude now because we keep getting to islands together. I don't know, just feel it out, poke it around, prod at him, see if you can't eventually get him to do that whole speak plainly thing, and then tell him what you want, tell him what he wants, and we can go from there. Or we could spend these 12 or 13 checks destroying him.
Physically destroy him.
Also not a bad option.
Like emotionally
Like, is
or
Galant a
physically doing it?
bad person? Like, I know he's blackmailing people, but they're all doing that. Is he like a bad
I think
person?
they're all blackmailing people. Like Mirabelle did not seem to be the type that was blackmailing people. Kill everyone but Mirabelle.
Yeah, I would say he was a bad person because there's a refugee crisis, and his solution to that is send them off to die.
Yeah, that makes that's
Like,
you make a fair point.
Yeah, all right. I just couldn't remember all the players in this. I
Yeah.
couldn't remember if he was like stuck between a rock and a hard place politically. But it's like, oh, okay, no, he's doing the least
It's
amount
just
of
a
that.
piece of garbage.
Well, no, just destroy him. We got 12 checks. We got 2 or 3 hours to kill.
I kind of wouldn't mind to find out though as well a little bit about what, because I guess I don't know this as a character yet, but it seemed like, what's the paladin's guy? What was his name?
The paladin
Benedict.
is Benedict. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to find out a little. I know you haven't told me.
You
this.
should really have a conversation with Benedict. That would be really good.
Okay, should I wear my amulet during it?
Oh, good. You can be careful not to contradict everything I said.
You're fucked. I have nothing but loose lips. I have sunk many ships. Literally, remember we sunk all those
What
ships
if-
and you died?
Yeah. We can focus on just disassembling Galant from this. Like, he's gonna have enough. Like, we just have to hit the streets, figure out info. Like, you're like a man of the people, Pete. Start talking to the servants that work in his house and stuff. No one's gonna know more dirt than his nannies and his housekeepers.
Damn.
That he definitely has, and definitely makes walk home down the elevator at the end of their day.
Walk home down the elevator? What's that mean?
Okay, so,
It
yeah.
means that people in Vancouver want people to serve them for $10 an hour at McDonald's and Starbucks, but also want them to commute 4 hours into work from Langley or Abbotsford and not live in their town around them. That tends to make service workers pissy. We can use that to our advantage with Galant.
Okay,
I feel this struggle.
so let's start learning about this person. What would be a good style? Would that be circles to find the people, or like insight to do like sort of like a proxy figuring out who he is about?
Circles define people,
Yeah.
then insight after that.
Okay, so I'll start with my circles roll.
And what are you looking for?
I guess seeing that he is using some bad dirt against people, maybe like find some other people that might be under his thumb and try to go from there. Like, you know, who else is like dissatisfied with him and yet goes against their best interest, I guess. Here.
Okay. So you're just looking for kind of common scuttlebutt amongst the serving classes.
Yeah.
About who is not happy with Galant. Okay. That's just gonna be an OB1.
2 successes. A lot of people don't like him.
Okay. Nobody likes him. Nobody is on his side because they think that he is a good guy and that he has good ideas. Everyone who works with him because they are under pressure. You find out that Fendrel has gambling debts, and he is pressured into working with Galant, although they do kind of sometimes naturally sync up because they're both a little kind of war hockey. You find out that Mirabelle is working with him for like some strange reason that no one really knows about. I mean, you guys know it now. Mary only works with him out of a position of convenience. Brunhild works with him because he has the best economic platform, but he doesn't particularly care for him. Tybalt only works with him because he has the most votes. Rowan is probably the only actual loyal person. And he is like, he's just like a pawn. Anne also just makes deals. Anne Galant makes the best deals.
Yeah, she sure did.
Fair enough. Okay, I think that's a good start. So, who wants to capitalize on what we found?
Well, the gambling debts, you're seeming to get in with Fendrel, right?
Yeah, but...
Just pay them all.
No, we have Fendrel. We don't need Fendrel.
Did we get Fendrel for sure?
Yeah, I already got him. Done.
Oh, even with the
We got the vote. The vote is over.
So
Right
it's
now,
not-
we're going to focus our remaining time on breaking Galant.
Yeah, so it's not about us securing more votes or finding how to manipulate other people. It's about how to unseat, I guess, Galant from his position of power / finding some stuff on him, maybe.
Because, like, you guys can win the vote, and you can go off and set off on your refugee crisis. But as soon as you do, Galant is going to be working on undermining you from all the art.
So either we get rid of
He's
him,
uncontested, so
or we
have,
kill him.
he's uncontested.
No, it's not about him being
No, the
re-elected.
vote is not important. The fact that
No,
he
I
still
mean-
has power.
No, I mean, yeah, but like we can't like use the idea like someone running against him, so we gotta figure out another way. That's what we're trying to. I could just try and talk to Benedict because I'm supposed to being hinted that I should talk to him anyway.
Yeah, but
He's for Hildegard, but I can try and like pull for like maybe get him to help with it. I don't know.
we're like right in the middle of Galant right now. Let's keep pushing that. Like we're in the middle of gathering up dirt on him. Like Pete spent a check. Okay, so none of the counselors like Galant. He doesn't actually have an ally in this corner.
He's got his patsy, Rowan.
Yeah, but I'm not counting the patsy because that guy doesn't have a brain. Anyone, he could be a patsy.
Is
to anyone.
Patsy's who? Sorry, Bruno.
That's a fair point.
He
No,
doesn't
Rowan
have
is
a
a
lot.
patsy.
There is no one
Luma.
who is actually loyal to him in a way that would matter. So, we need to figure out what his dirt is, because the only way he's able to stay in power is by having more dirt on other people that's more critical than the dirt they could try to get on him. So the question becomes, and this is going to be your question, Peter, because you're the one who's going to have to drive this because you're the person who has influence right now. Why do the other counselors not have better dirt on him to even the playing field?
Okay.
How can he be cleaner than them when he isn't? Undo that thread, and we can start actively attacking Galant in the next few checks.
Okay. So somebody should, I guess start talking with some of those people we mentioned / customer. I just did a check. I cannot do it again.
You can't do two in a row?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's why it has to go.
I wasn't like being like, oh,
Not yet.
I'm like, we need to talk to the people who works in his house because he'll ignore his staff and his staff won't be loyal.
You could try, I don't know, bribing some people with your resources to get them to talk.
Yeah, I absolutely could. Hey, are those coins marked in any way? Are they special to the area? Or are they significant? Do people carry this kind of coinage commonly? Like,
It's common currency.
okay, because like in other settings that like care about currency, they're like, you have 30 gold. And I'm like, this is useless to me. No one in town can break this.
Yeah, no, it's an entirely
It would
abstract
actually
thing.
start a fist fight if I tried to spend a gold coin in someone's shop because of how offensive it would be to do that.
Like, Pipsqueak had resources 3, but he gives away his money, so it's more about the pool he has.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, I'll do this for you, you owe me one, blah, blah.
No, it'd just be
These sort of
funny
stuff.
if bribe someone, yada, yada, yada. It's coinage that only that guy uses because it's from his family coffers, because some noblemen actually mint their own coins and stuff. Like, it'd be a whole funny little thing.
No, it's not a thing.
All right, well, yeah. can we track down the people who work in his house? And just talk to them?
Absolutely. That's not even a check.
Do any of them... What kind of living conditions do they have? Is it better than most people, or is it standard for a house worker like that?
It's better than most servants, but it's not great. Like, they still live down in the mid-trunk.
Does the mid-trunk have issues with, like, hostile animals?
No, the mid-trunk is pretty decent.
Well, I guess I'll try socializing with any of them at the local mid-trunk, like, places to hang out. Like bars, clubs, you know, I'm sure they have gambling areas, or, like, even, like, hobby meetups, like, for knitting and stuff. Try tracking down.
Tell me who you're trying to follow. Are you trying to follow a maid, a butler?
I'm afraid I would scare any of, like, the maid or cook servants, because they're usually women, and I'm a murder parrot. And I'm also a bird. I keep forgetting that bird people are scary to not bird people.
All of his servants are bird people.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
He doesn't deal with the rabble.
It's different.
Get me. Put me in, coach.
That...
I'm so gonna talk at the table.
Yeah, that means Peter's going to be a little less precise. Yeah, I'm going to bring you. This is going to be your check.
It's my turn to do check.
We're going to point you at these people.
Hello.
We're going to see what shakes loose of them. I'm going to
Go,
hang out just to
Luna
back
them.
Hello, people.
Alright, I will track down some people easily, and I will have Luna at them.
Maid, butler, porter, scullery maid.
Concubine.
How about, shoot, no, there's a word for it.
I
How
want
about
to talk to his finest form.
is Galant married?
Yes.
Gallant's wife's valet. It's
What's
their
that?
personal servant.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're valet.
Hey.
Well, only if you want them to take your car away. It's valet when you're a butler. It's valet.
Okay, valet. Sorry.
It's valid.
Yeah, so they head home after work. They stop in briefly at their domicile, and then they head to a bar, and they have a casual
Love a
drink.
good bar.
Yeah. And you sidle up to them.
Oh, hello. How's it going, lady that I don't know?
It's a man.
Hello, man that I don't know.
Good. How are you?
Good. If I was drunk, I think I know you from somewhere.
I don't think I know you.
Oh, you're about to, and I'm gonna you order a drink for them.
Okay.
You're about to.
All right. I like your style.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
Yeah, just not to talk about you. I was like hearing rumors that you work for what's his tits, the real powerful dude.
Galant.
I'm from the Avion, you know. I don't like not really
Whoa. You're from where?
the Avion.
Are you a wizard?
Harry? No, sorry. Yeah, maybe a little bit, but like, is that a bad thing?
Little
No,
bit butterfly.
that's super cool. I've never.
And to make his drink like fizz fun or something.
Okay, he's super impressed.
I mean, like, I'm the sickest person ever, obviously, and I'm feeding on this, and my ego is just like so big. All this, I'm so.
You know, I've always thought that like maybe if I had training, I could be. Oh, like I feel like there's something special about me, and like if I had worked at it, but unfortunately I was, you know, born here. I had to go to like.
It's a pretty shit place, I hear.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you know, it's better than a lot of the other places in the woods. Like I shouldn't complain, you know. Like
Well, how's
things
your
are
job?
good.
Like, you got a good job then?
Yeah, I mean, I work for the most powerful man in the tree,
Fucking sick, dude!
so
You must learn
There's
a lot of
that.
like crazy cool shit when you're like working for them. Well, do you learn like it's like crazy like shit like eating secrets?
oh man, like the things I know.
Holy shit! Let's get another drink and let's talk about that. I want to manipulate every bad thing that he has ever done out of this
Okay,
man.
give me a roll.
What kind of role is manipulator?
Manipulator.
Yeah.
Yeah, go in.
I mean, I would take insight as well,
Either.
but I feel like you're manipulating him.
Oh, probably. I passed on the last one. I forgot to.
Okay, so give me a 2.
Ooh, shit balls. Do I get to use my nature?
Spend a persona to do it.
Persona?
I mean,
It's the end of the season.
if it's within your nature, you can always roll nature instead, but then you can do checks for nature instead
No,
of
I want to
thing.
get the thing. I want to level it up. You seem ashamed of me. There is a visible shame. Alright. I don't score 2 on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's cocked. I roll it.
Roll again.
I mean, you have enough to succeed. So
6, 7. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. Can I just spend a fate point and roll the 4 6s I got? Just for
Do
fun.
it.
I want to really
If you-
succeed.
wanted.
I have a lot of fate points. It's
Inside
the
man.
end of the season and I have a lot of fate points, okay?
Now we'll have an inside man. He'll do everything for
Okay,
Luna.
perfect. That's another 4 successes and another 6. So I'm gonna roll that one. So that's like 10, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
This man sleeps with me at the end of the night.
I mean, that's what you want.
We're married. We're married now.
Hello, at least.
Well, let's just say that part of my job is cooking the books, so to speak.
Like, doesn't it like cause them to light on fire and I take out my book? I would never cook this book.
No. I mean that there's a lot of money that comes in
I
that
like money.
is not supposed to come in.
Where is it coming from?
Well, various lobby groups, other politicians,
Really?
special interests. I should not be telling you this.
Oh my lord.
Oh my god.
It's so-
What am I?
It's
what am I-
okay. We'll get another drink. It's fine.
It's okay. Come to my place.
No.
Carrot chutney pants with the window,
Do you
one
like-
carrot watching.
Do you like?
Cool.
If there's books that are cooking, that means there's books. So there's like, he has evidence of this in his house and he just leaves it around.
Well, I mean, you gotta keep track of this stuff.
Well, I
right?
suppose money, you know.
Like
What do you
there's
keep
there's
track of it?
okay there's one set of books that we keep for the tax collectors, and then there's a whole other set
Where are
of
those
books.
books? What would a man like that keep that?
Oh, right. I'm saying too much.
But I did roll like a 9 on my thing. I went
And mind control.
Also, this guy works in the book, so he gets his hands on them.
oh, like, that's nuts. Though. But like I said, like, does he just leave that shit laying around?
No. Of course he doesn't leave it laying
What
around.
does he want
It's
to do
in
with
the
it?
dungeon.
In the dungeon? That's like a very big place to look for books. Like, how do you always know where it is? Is the dungeon like super big? Do you have like a floor plan?
It's not, I mean, like how big of a
On this
dungeon
napkin.
do you think this guy needs, right?
Well, it sounds like it's a little secret, so maybe a pretty big dungeon.
No, it's pretty tight. It's
Sick, dude. That's crazy. I had no idea. He has like such
and I
power.
take control of all of it. Like,
That's nuts.
I am in charge.
Of everything. That's insane, dude. What was your
Yeah.
name?
Thomas.
Thomas. That is so sick. My name
Oh my
is.
god, that was the name of the other guy that died.
Kill a lot of
They're all
Thomas.
named Thomas.
They're all named Thomas.
Oh my god, I'm so shocked to hear this. I thought this man was like squeaky clean, but apparently he's a piece of garbage. Shocked.
Well, I mean, politicians, right?
Oh my god, I know this one politician. Have you heard the rumor about Brunhild?
I hear that she's got some kind of crazy secret.
Brunhild?
I hear that she's a vampire.
Well, I'm talking about Brunhild.
Yeah,
Who's
I
a
hear,
boy.
I hear she's. Oh, Brunhild? Oh.
The dude.
Mirabelle.
Mirabelle.
That's where I thought you were
Have you
going.
heard about Brunhild and his crazy shit that he's up to? I've heard so many crazy things.
What's crazy about Brunhild?
I heard he like fucking tortures mythical beasts in his house.
What?
What a nutcase!
That's insane.
That's a fucking crazy psycho. If that's true, I mean, like we don't have any.
He doesn't do it himself. He sits in a closet jacking off with a servant.
Like,
Did you know he had a man named Thomas to do it?
yeah. Thomas, so crazy. I heard from that dude that he worked for him named Thomas. I think he died though.
He got murdered.
That doesn't That doesn't bode well for me.
No, I'm not saying it's what happened to you.
It's the
Thomas. No, nothing happened to you, but you know.
If someone's going around killing people named Thomas.
Well, you know, I could protect you, Thomas, but I'm gonna need some help. Can I just use another check right now and convince him to get me the books?
You can't use 2 checks in a row.
Can I use a check right now?
Yeah, we can go away from you and then come back. Go for it.
Oh, this is my friend Red Beak.
I'm gonna wait until they break for the night,
Oh, good.
and Thomas is gonna start going home,
Okay.
and I'm going to make a hunter check to hunt him.
Okay.
Like, he's not gonna go home. He's gonna have a feeling he's gonna be tailed. He's gonna hear stuff all around him, and I'm going to
So paranoid.
hunt him and basically force him to go somewhere else.
Where are you trying to hurt him?
Out of character, should we herd him to a meeting with the 3 of us and be like, hey, Tommy, and be like, look, you should help us find exactly what we want, and you're going to benefit a bunch from it. We could probably even get him in as a wizard at the wizard place.
Good. Probably.
I
Like,
mean,
you
I
pay
don't know
him,
if I
you can
can-
pay him off and get him a new life somewhere else. And even if you don't think you can, that is a season 2 problem for you guys too, to pay this guy off.
I mean, we have so many politicians in our pocket right now that...
We have a little bit of pull.
Yeah.
You're a little.
Alright, so I think that's a good idea. Do you guys want to set that scene up? Because I can pull that off.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to hunt Thomas.
Okay. OB2 check.
Because he's drunk and isn't in the best...
And isn't super pliant to going where you wanted to.
Oh, I was saying because he's super drunk and he's, like, not super great at not being hunted. Man. I'm going to hunt this man. 1, 2, 3 successes.
Okay, that's enough. So you successfully herd him towards the 3 of you. So he is stumbling around.
Somewhere absolutely away from the rest of people. Like, no one's going to walk in on this shit. I'm going to get him as off the beaten trail as possible.
Yeah, he starts to like get kind of skittish and realizes that like someone is chasing him. He starts to take turn after turn after turn after turn until he goes like out onto the branches into sort of like the deep end of the tree where no one goes. And then the 3 of you surround him.
Yeah, like I'll drop into the trees and like be like Batman.
Me too? Okay.
Wait, so how...
Hey, I know you.
Hello, Thomas.
Hi, how's it going?
Hello?
Thomas, I'm going to be real with you. A lot of Thomases are dying in town lately. What was the name of that guy whose Thomas we killed? Out of character?
Brunhild?
Was that Brunhild?
Brunhild's Thomas.
Some things have been going down politically.
I'm not involved. I'm just convinced about like
And we have taken an interest in you. Because unlike the last Thomas, we can save you.
I'm just a valet.
No.
Don't talk.
Don't be
Just
so
listen.
There's so much more Thomas.
Just listen.
Okay.
You're going to help us get the burned books for Galant. You won't be involved physically, but in spirit you will be. We will get... It's listening time. I'll roll a drink. I'll take a drink out of a drink, and then I'll cork it and roll it over to him. Just have a drink. For Galant, so we can destroy him politically. In return, we are going to pay you and use the influence of other politicians that we've worked to turn against Galant to get you set up as an apprentice at her wizard school.
You wanna be a fucking wizard, Thomas?
I'll be a wizard.
Yes.
I mean, theoretically, you could totally like hang out there. It's super cool place. I could like get you the hook up.
Do you want to spell check manipulate him more?
This is a lot to take.
Yes. That's why we got you drunk first.
That was probably wise of you. Not gonna lie.
All you have to do is tell us where to find the books. We will go find them. We will destroy Galant and tear down everything he's built. And he never needs to know you were the one who did it.
He takes a long drink from the flask that you passed him.
Yeah, it's not a trick. It's just alcohol.
That's why you drank
Oh,
it
no,
first.
no.
Exactly. They're not fun. Well, no, because if I was playing any other psychopath character I would play, it would have absolutely been like Yosi Venom.
Bless up.
I'm not going to show you where the books are.
No, we don't want you there
Because you will
physically.
get caught.
Ah.
I will take you the books. If you guarantee that I will be a wizard,
They will make it happen.
I'll do like. I mean, I'm pretty fucking.
You know what? Our friend here trucks in gods. So I'm going to take my knife out. I'm going to bring you over.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to draw a symbol of, not Fox God, not your God. What's the God that's all about following oaths and honor and paladin stuff?
I mean, the Gerbine one was a paladin one.
Cool, that's the one then. I will make his symbol in the branch of the tree, you know, this fucking home tree for the birds. I'll cut your two palms, his palm and your palm over it, and I will say, as long as Gerbil Paladin God be our witness, you help us, we will make it happen.
Gaspard.
Gaspard, yeah.
Yeah.
On Gaspard, on pain of Gaspard's vengeance, it will happen.
Okay. Tomorrow night, he will be out campaigning. I can get the books, I can take them out, I can get them to you, but it all has to happen tomorrow night. Do whatever you need to do, and then bring them back so that I can put them away.
We have one night with the books.
We could do that. We can make that work.
I will like get my magical photocopy.
We can work with that.
Too about my smartphone.
I'm going to point out again, like I pointed out earlier in the session, I'm 15.
He's 4. So
What, really?
Yeah.
No, how old are you in real age?
Like, underage.
I'm about the
16-ish.
same.
16, 15?
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. Just what I wanted.
I'm a new graduate.
I never thought I would politic with teenagers.
None of us like.
None of us have anything to lose. We'll always offer the best reward because we don't know better.
We're really dumb.
All right, where do I meet you?
We will organize all that with him, but not
We don't
right
know.
now
Okay.
because I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Red Beak figured this out ahead of time.
Okay, so you set up a place where you will meet, and he will deposit the books with you, and then take them back and replace them.
Okay, so can we get these things? We could use magic. Do we? We don't need to use magic if he just drops off the books to a place where everyone we need to see the books is already at to use as like evidence.
See them physically. We could arrange a meeting of every one of the council members minus
Not-
one.
Everyone of the council members, just the ones in our pockets, so they can see his books and then use that. We don't need to expose him publicly. We just need all of his dirt to be in the hands of his enemies so they can coordinate to strip him of
So it
his
sounds like we're talking with Hildegard.
Yeah.
And get
Isn't it
Hildegard to
a
arrange everyone that he.
Yeah, okay, we'll bring Hildegard in at this point and
Okay.
assume we have told the entire plan to her.
Okay.
So we just assumed if we could get you and all the other politicians that hate Galant in one room with the books, you could go through, check the evidence, and then have your own blackmail to ruin him.
Not to mention, you'll know all the politicians that, well, all the people that pay him off.
It should be enough to dismantle his empire without it being public, so the public won't lose face in the government process.
Can you make records?
Yeah, give us scribes or magic.
I'm like.
Because the fact that he is dirty will not bring him down. But if we know where his money is coming from, we can attack his sources and dismantle him that way.
Yes, and that's why I said that public thing, but it not being public, so it doesn't make the public lose faith. You guys can just do it internally. You guys can kill him internally and replace him, and then no one has to be the wise that you're all in on this.
Is this the first chance I get to maybe use Archivist?
Ooh.
Finally.
You have an actual skill class.
I have yes.
God.
It's been completely.
Mouse-Guard legacy firmware.
I mean, I do have administrator that's so similar as well, so yeah.
You've used that. I love
Yeah.
Archivist. It's a great skill.
I mean, I've not used it at all.
Well.
So
That's on you.
my parents are both archivists, so I had like extra points in it.
We can work with this. You have done a great service for your community.
Good.
Okay. So what's the next step we need to do?
I'm not too sure, honestly.
Is the check to do the copying or?
Yeah, you gotta tell us where our next plan goes.
So you guys know that you were going to be leading a refugee community.
Yeah.
You could be spending checks to prepare for that
Okay.
and make that more easy on you. You could be gathering resources. You could be mobilizing the community. You could be working with the refugees. You could be establishing yourself as leaders.
Did we lock in this Galant thing? Because if we did, we'll move our checks over to that.
Yeah, you're pretty good on that.
Okay.
It's not going to come back to bite you in the ass the way that it would have if you hadn't dealt with it.
So, I did still want to talk to that paladin, yeah, though.
Yeah, that's
go
good.
to
Yeah,
that.
it's a free-for-all
Yeah.
now.
Just a fire Let's go.
I mean, even if you spill the beans and get me executed for my actual murder, it doesn't matter now. We've already dealt with Galant and we've dealt with the other things. We got the objectives chopped off beforehand.
It doesn't matter, Devin. You're leaving.
Exactly. You're in the clear. Blow this thing and let's go.
So, is there a way for me to, like, casually run into this,
He's a public official. He has office hours.
I just drop in on his office hours to Benedict?
You can.
Yeah.
Plus, probably have enough political sway to arrange whatever other meetings you'd want. Like, hey, this person,
What's up? Yeah. I could just, like, casually go into the office, I suppose.
Okay, he also works at the courthouse.
Sick.
So,
Look
He's
at all these
got an
documents.
office
I
there.
fucking love documents.
yes, I appreciate a good administration myself as well.
I love
It's
archives.
important to keep proper records.
I'm gonna sit down and put my book on the table. I love keeping the records.
That's quite the impressive tome that you have
I
there.
know, it's like...
I seem to remember seeing one like that at the Avium.
Such a coincidence. Honestly, truly, nearly a coincidence.
Yes.
I
So what can I do for you today? I am a bird with short time on my feathers.
And I am a bird with lots of things to think and talk about. I was like curious, like I'm trying to meet people that like know a lot about magical creatures, and my book is mostly about that. You see, and I'm gonna kind of flip through the pages.
Magical creatures.
I love them so much.
He pulls out a pocket watch, kind of opens it up, checks the time. You notice that on the top of the pocket watch, there's a jade inlay with the same broken chains that are on your amulet. And then he just kind of closes it and puts it away. I'm afraid I wouldn't know that much about that.
Wait, is he part of the secret society?
I've got it
Lovers?
tucked.
Yes.
I've tucked it in. I'm gonna take the. Are you sure? And I'm gonna like dangle my necklace out from under like whatever I tucked it away in.
I'm reconsidering some of my earlier statements.
I thought that you might.
What can I do for a fellow member of the Unchained?
I really just want to like. I have to admit something. Can we go somewhere quietly? You're so funny. I'm sorry. I heard a rumor that there was somebody who's treating them poorly in this city, and I want to.
You gotta talk up to the mic.
I know you.
Do you?
You're with the Gerbine cleric
Oh, he's one of my friends.
and Red Beak.
Yeah, did you hear what happened to them? They got totally fucked up by that Count Broomhill. Sorry about that.
Yes, I am more aware of that situation than you might be disposed to believe.
Oh, tell me all that you know, so that I don't tell you anything that you know.
Tell me everything you know. It's not tell you anything I don't know. You have to. I'm very bad at this. It's not fair.
I know that you freed the Griffin.
Do you? Really not?
I know that your friend murdered Thomas.
He did it. Oh, who's Thomas?
Which Thomas are we talking about? There are so
No,
many
I've
of them.
learned so many Thomases in this city. Which Thomas? I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do. And I think that if you want me to be honest with you, you should do me the courtesy of being honest with me.
Okay, I totally stole this book.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna put it back.
I'm not a loon. I'm a pigeon. I made myself this way.
I totally stole this book, and yeah,
I
something
have gray
had happened.
spots.
Dude, the response should have been, I stole this book, and I'm never going to give it back.
It's
Full
fine
on.
now. Finders, keepers, losers, sweepers.
We've bonded. It'd be cruel to take it away.
I don't care about the book.
Are you sure? I'm gonna hide it like he's going to
Do
steal
I
it.
look like a librarian?
I gesture to all the paper around him.
And his fashionable
I don't know.
glasses.
You look like a lot of paper, it seems, and more documents, and books are like documents with big covers on them.
To the
Look.
point.
Thomas orchestrated the enslavement of magical creatures.
Oh, he's so dead. We totally did that. You got me.
We're all born to die.
He got what was coming to him.
Totally. I made sure it happened. I mean, not like personally, but it did happen. Don't sue me. We're the
Now it's unclear
podcast.
who killed Thomas.
So now that we're on the same page,
Books, page. I like the pun.
what can I do for you?
I just a little bit I actually have no motivation coming here. Honestly, God, I just like to talk
I'm
about
an adventurer.
I like to talk
You're
about magical
quite
creatures.
the Luma, aren't you?
Sometimes I have been accused of that.
She literally just came here to screw up her own cover story to hang out.
Just to chill and talk.
She felt the weight of her sins crawling on her back.
Father, bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
Okay.
Well, we actually have this refugee crisis, actually. Realistic, I'm trying to find. I know you're friendly to the refugees and to their plight, and I'm trying to secure a better life for them. And I think you'd.
I am not blind to the suffering of others.
That's very good. I would never accuse you of such. You have the unchained thing. That's good. You don't do when you suffer things, yeah. So yeah, let's do this.
I'm a little surprised that they let you in.
I mean, me too, honestly. I'm always shocked when people let me in places. People say this a lot to me, honestly. There was just one time. Oh, we don't need to go
So again, what can I do for you?
there. I want to help the refugees, and I'm hoping that we can do that together a little bit more. I have to tell you. Oh yeah, there's this thing that happened. Has Hildegard talked to you about this thing yet? I'm sorry
what?
by nature.
What thing?
Oh, we're gonna have oh, maybe I'm not supposed to talk about it. But we're being honest. Oh God. We're gonna invite you to a party where we read some documents.
That sounds like a very exciting party.
You have no fucking idea. It's gonna be lit, dude. I don't know if you're supposed to be invited though, so don't tell anybody that I said that you should be invited. And yeah, I was never here.
Well, you were here,
But don't tell people.
and I'm not going to lie on your behalf.
Well, you could omit the truth. That's not lying.
I checked.
I do it all the time. I never lie. I just omit the truth.
Well,
I'm an editor.
tell me when this party is.
Tomorrow night, and
You might not be invited, so
You
forget
should
that.
technically not be invited, but there's gonna be a casual meeting, and I'm gonna tell where we're meeting. Just casually be there and hang out with me and Hildegard and some others, Just
I will
casual.
be there.
We're gonna just casually read documents. It's super casual. Don't dress up for it. I was never here. Again, can we agree to omit that part?
No, we cannot.
How do I make you say that I was never here? Because my friends are going to fucking kill me. How do I do that?
You don't. And if you try and use any magic on
I put my wand away.
I will end you.
Well, how?
Well, with my mace.
Oh, Okay. Seems reasonable.
Cap. The
So
pointy
did
hat.
I didn't use a check here, I just fucked everything up.
It
Okay.
was fine. No, we had a good little back and
That was,
forth.
yeah, I just fucked some shit up.
Do you want to get the pass or fail on your archivist check?
Can I just, like, honestly just have a fail on my manipulator, please? Even though I've done nothing.
Sure.
It feels valid.
Who's next?
Well, I guess that'll be me. So we'll be preparing for the refugees leaving and so on. So I guess what I'd like to organize maybe like circles, like to have some maybe small contingent of the Purge Guard to go along with us to help establish that forward outpost to go against the bandits. To sort of organize that
Yeah.
with the
Sure.
okay.
Normally, I would say that would be a 3, but considering that you've gained enough political influence in Alderheart, I'm going to bump it down to a 2.
Okay. That's a fail. Complete fail.
Okay, so let's role play it out. So you go into the Perch Guard patrol.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, we would either go to Purge Guard or like talk with my brother that's in the Purge Guard, I guess. That's it. I'm working with the refugee crisis that will be leaving Alderheart soon, and we were planning on establishing a Purge Guard outpost there to help with the bandits problem that might be happening, and I'm here to bring the paperwork for requesting of Purge Guard aid.
Oh, I mean, I will happily file the paperwork, but, like, we're stretched super thin. I don't think we can really be sending any detachments out into the middle of nowhere right now to defend against bandits. I mean, if you guys are going to do a settlement, you've got to stand on your own. I mean, the Perch Guard is dealing with, bandits coming at the Heartland and fire elementals coming in from the Scar. Like, we can't send anyone out there.
No, I understand that you're stretched thin, but are there any forward detachment that are operating in the area that might be, move their base to where we'll be setting up this thing?
I mean,
or
the whole
anything?
point of sending the refugees out is so that they stop being a drain on our resources.
Well, yeah, but first you have to build something up rather than, telling them to go and have their own militia already set up. I mean, it'll take a while before the blacksmith, establishes itself. And
I mean,
makes a
okay,
weapon.
we can give you a couple spears.
I mean, we got a couple thousand people there, so...
We can give you a couple spears.
Okay, I guess I'll take whatever you're offering. Thank you.
Who's next?
I have 2 checks. I guess I can't really just using a check last time. So.
Well, Peter just used a check.
They just need to check. So it's your check.
Is it mine? You got any?
I got 2 left, but you go down.
Okay, so
How do you got left?
I did use a check last time when I just okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna use these. Because I figured if we're gonna attack his money sources, it might be helpful.
Do you want to attack his money sources?
Attack whose money sources?
Galant's.
Galant's we dealt with.
Oh no! We're gonna collect. I thought we were gonna.
No, we dealt with Galant. Galant is done. He's
Are you
off
sure?
the
We
team.
I
took
thought we
his
were gonna-
dirt.
We did the whole thing.
Oh.
Yeah, we
I
took
thought, I
all
thought
we're
we
doing
were
now-
gonna attack the money sources.
No, we're done with Galant.
I don't know what else I want.
All we gotta do now is fix up the settlement stuff.
Settlement.
Some preparing.
Yeah,
I'm
like
very
try to get resources
preparing.
for the people.
Resources. I'm great at that.
So, another thing that you can do with checks is you can just pick a skill that you want to level up and look for a check for that.
Manipulator, please.
So if you want to do
I want to
manipulator,
fail
you want to fail manipulator.
hard.
So think of something very difficult to do that you could do with manipulator and then it will be a tough check,
Oh, God.
and you will most
I
likely
don't want to
fail.
pass this, so let's not make this something that if I
So
pass it,
you
it
could
happens.
go to Galant and try and get him to change his vote.
Go on, oh my god, change your vote.
Come on, bro.
If I pass this, I'm going to.
If you pass it, it will be hilarious. If I
Okay.
roll like all ones.
Yeah, I'm gallant. Oh my god. You should side with the people. Yeah, totally. That's my argument. To be clear.
Let my people go.
So what is... I have 3 dice.
Roll.
I've been rolling a lot of 6s. Let it be
So
known.
you're going to him in his office?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're saying,
Help the people! Oh my god, Galant, have you not understood the plight of the human race? Galant, you're a bastard! How could you do this to us? Galant, please help us!
don't I know you? Aren't you one of those rabble rousers?
I have been called worse things.
If you stay in my office, you'll be called worse things again.
Oh my god, perfect! I've been looking to expand my vocabulary.
Successes.
I also have 3 successes.
Okay. Do
So
I?
we can roll again.
I have a 6.
Or you can break the tie in my favor and get 2 checks.
That
Well,
sounds like
this
a
is
good
a
idea.
Player's turn, so you can't,
can't.
do that.
Oh, fuck. So, would I...
So we roll again.
Or I could. I have a 6 here. I could spend
Yes.
a point and re-roll it. I'm gonna do that just for the
And
hilarity
on
of
that day, God's heart grew 2 sizes.
it. I am gonna do this for the fun of it.
Yeah.
It's another 6. Oh my god, I want to check!
You make a strange amount of sense.
Oh, I thought I totally do! It was just for fun.
I think perhaps I misjudged you.
People often do.
Please, sit down. Have a seat.
Totally good idea, yeah.
Tell me, what is it you suggest?
I think that we should work to make the refugees more self-sustaining and not just send them off to die.
And how does that help me?
The way that it helps you is by it becomes a defense against the bandits. Otherwise, we're really just throwing them to become more bandits. And thereby giving us another thing to fight against when we're already dealing with the fighters. So when we make it stronger, so they can
You're
fight the
suggesting
bandits.
we use them as a buffer zone?
Well, if we make them more well-equipped, what they become is self-sustaining.
That's what kingdoms are.
Yeah.
That's what vassals are.
That's what vassal states are. You fucker.
That's essentially they would become.
Chowderhead.
If they're able to build themselves a stronger community, they would become a bit of like a buffer zone against more bandits. We could focus more on the fighters and prevent more refugees.
Maybe I was too hasty.
Jesus fucking Christ! So, total change of plan, guys. Oh no.
What you say makes a certain amount of sense. The bandits have been raiding our communities ragged. If we were to send out these refugees, have them establish themselves on the periphery, let the bandits ravage them instead of us.
Well, I'm not saying like ravage them, I'm saying that they would become strong.
If you do that, then they're just going to join the bandits and
That's
be
the
more
right
of a problem.
He's going with it. He'll give us the resources before he's executed. We've already gotten him killed.
Yes.
So smart.
Thanks,
Yes,
Chancellor.
It makes sense. I think some votes are going to change very shortly.
Overwhelming majority. Suddenly, we have gone to an overwhelming
have-
majority.
Unknown, unknowns? Well, like, everybody will be voting for this.
Everyone is suddenly on the side of the refugees, and Brunhild's getting
Unanimous.
unelected,
Yeah, there you go.
which is the biggest thing. Brunhild's unelected. Oh my god. So I'm gonna go back to my friends, and I'll be like, I don't know if he was totally fucking with me, but I may have just changed Galant's entire mind.
Hey guys, Galant's actually a good guy, and we've been assholes.
So we did like a bit of an oopsie. Red Beak.
I don't know if he's a good guy.
I may have changed.
Galant's a
his mind.
bad person, and he should be killed.
Yeah, but like
The
I
fact that
changed-
he's voting for us now before we remove him is irrelevant. It just means he's doing us a favor before we get him fired and stripped of all his money.
Oh, totally. This is great. We could use the money to resettle the refugees.
Just because we've tricked this idiot into working for us before he loses everything by our own hands doesn't mean we've made a mistake. It means we've double succeeded.
Wow, I'm so good. I did not.
Okay, next check. I can't believe you.
I can't.
I've rolled so many dice.
I've rolled nothing but sixes tonight.
Well, that
Nothing.
takes care of the refugee crisis.
Yep.
So I got 2 checks left.
I got 1.
I got 4.
So, I mean, I would
should have
just say
swayed something. I
level
went
up
hunting.
skills. Or, yeah, accomplish your goal.
I already did. I went hunting.
Yeah, you killed a fox. You killed many foxes.
Yeah.
You need to go, and then Dev needs to go, and then I need to go, and then
No.
you need
Everybody, like, I need to be between everybody because I have 4
yeah,
checks
that's
and so
true.
on. Okay, so with that taken care of, yeah, I guess just leveling skills then, I suppose. So, I don't know.
Mushroom.
Okay,
If you want to pause it.
Sure, we can pause. Now we're back.
Okay, so since we've seemed to have accomplished everything we could have wanted and still have checks to spare, thanks to Luna's great rolls, I guess we'll just spend the checks as is and fast forward through this, I suppose. So I guess I'll spend my 4 checks, do some complicated rituals, level my ritual to 6, and those are my 4 checks. You guys, what do you level?
I'd like to actually fail my manipulator.
Okay, you can just...
Can I just
Just
do
do
that,
it, yeah.
please? Yeah, level up.
Just tell me what you're doing and we'll just say that it works.
I try to get someone on the streets, like a really rich-looking merchant, to give me all the money that they have. I would love to.
You're setting up a
roll
Ponzi
those.
scheme.
And we're not going to make you roll it because if you rolled it, you would probably win.
Yeah. So I am leveled up to 4 manipulator. Thank you.
Ooh. And Devin, what do you want to level? Something
I
social?
guess stealth.
Do it.
Alright. I guess I need a pass for stealth. I'm just gonna roll it. Is that all we're doing?
I mean, just,
Yeah.
I mean, I could just say, oh yeah, I passed it. You did some basic sneaking. You don't need to roll.
Oh, I just pass? Alright, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
I
pass.
just
We're
tried
fast
to-
forwarding.
Okay, I'm done. I did it. All my
We're
checks are gone.
just kind of burning through this.
I have no more checks. But I still have 2 persona points. Turns out I didn't need all of them.
Turns
What's up?
out.
I mean, now this is the GM turn. Now we can burn it all.
No,
Are you guys done?
How long
Yes,
was that
with all your
player
checks?
turn?
It was lengthy. Okay. So it comes to election day, and surprise, surprise, all of your influencing and politicking pays off, and Peyton wins over Brunhild, and they are voted out. But other than that, all of the incumbents stay the same. But now it comes to voting for sending the refugees out. And Hildegard asks you guys to come in, and she has elected to have you guys appointed as the chief members of the outgoing Exodus. And again, thanks to your politicking, the vote passes through without significant opposition. But she would like for you guys to present your plan.
Okay.
I feel like this is
Yeah, easy
next
peasy.
week.
Do you have a plan, P?
Yes, a bit.
Go for it.
So poor little Pipsqueak goes to the podium and with his little papers and lays out the plan that, well, we want to establish the village in a favorable spot. So it's not that far from Alderheart, but it's still far enough to be the buffer zone. So it's not in the bandit territory where Galant wanted to put us, but it's still far enough away. So that's our that's the location. we want to establish it as the Purge Guard, like sort of forward fort, I suppose, to help with the possible bandit attacks going towards Alejad, so they should see less people coming their way and attacking them and so on. So that will be also a good spear point for the future, for whenever they want to take the campaign to the bandits. What else?
The specific pitch for the Enclave is it's going to be on a river and it's going to be a fort. We're going to use forestry as its first import-export. Specifically so that it can bounce later from forestry, because you have to chop down all these logs and spike them to build fort walls and barricades, that they can then transition to making arrows and bows, because nothing kills bandits faster than 7,000 people shooting arrows into them, and then exporting their surplus back to the capital for future engagements.
It sounds like what you're planning to build is an unlicensed militia.
Max, supply line for the militia.
I mean,
Every arrow you shoot is 6 hours of work.
Okay.
those.
So, what's going to happen now is you are going to be in conflict with Galant,
Okay.
who's going to argue against your plan.
Mm-hmm.
And you are going to argue for it.
Okay.
And we're going to do the conflict steps, but we're also going to roleplay each section out with some back and forth dialogue.
Okay.
So B, the reason I bring up forestry is A, my character's good at it, and B, it's the natural evolution to a to an unskilled labor force.
Yeah.
You start them off just cutting trees down and building barricades, walls, and defensive areas, and easy to make like spears and stuff for peasant weapons. And then, as you get better at forestry in the area, people pick up skills. It eventually transitions into carpentry, and then eventually fletching. It's like how most forts in Canada actually would like slowly develop their woodworking.
Okay. So I guess that will be orator, right, for the
Or is it full conflict?
discussion, right?
Yeah, it sounds like order, because you guys are like, you're talking to each other, but really you're pitching it to the audience.
So I got 4
Wow,
successes.
that
That's
is an awesome
disposition
roll.
7.
This is a magic.
What's his
box
disposition?
Right now.
9.
Oh. Okay.
100% point
Yeah.
here.
Also talking about the resources. I mean, Pip's big thing was going to Cran to secure that we might find some other natural resources there for also like mining and so on. That'll be also useful. I guess we'll use that during the discussion.
Yeah.
Okay. So goals.
His goal is to embarrass you.
Okay. What would be a good goal for us? We want to maybe secure more help for this establishment then? Because we're talking with the council members, like, hey, if they really like it, they might throw something, okay?
The goal should be to frustrate Galant enough that he has an aneurysm and dies.
Well,
That is
like
aggressive.
through your debate, you expose, like you make him realize that all of the things that have been going bad for him are us, and we've been playing him, and he gets so upset and so consumed with wanting to get right back at you that he fucking drops.
I mean, that sounds
A
like
heart attack because he's an old miser man.
that sounds like you do turn this into kill something, which means that they could kill me, and
Oh,
his goal
they
could
could
be
kill
get
me!
Pip quick executed.
They could kill me and reveal that I'm a murderer and have me executed. That's a fair trade. I put that on the line. The ultimate victory, Peter, is that you frustrate him into a heart attack and he dies. And the loss for us would be that I get executed.
You seem impressed.
Is this what we want to do, guys?
That's what I want to do. I'm happy either way on either success or defeat now. He wants to embarrass you. He wants to make you look bad. You make him look dead.
Just look.
Take
at
his life away.
Tyler, what do you weigh in here?
Tyler, help.
I'm not the deciding vote. I think he wants something, you want something else. I think it's RD who decides.
RD, do you want to kill someone today? That's not named Thomas.
Reveal this.
Yeah, then either way, I
Okay,
set my,
let's do it.
Either way, I hit my goal of slay something.
Dude, this is a magic box tonight, so don't. I rolled so many 6s in it. You got some persona points, hit it up some fate points.
Okay.
Okay, you sound real confident. What's your health?
My disposition is 7.
Okay, so am I writing in kill with an aneurysm?
Heart attack. Let's say heart
Okay.
attack.
With heart attack. That means that, as Peter pointed out, his goal changes from embarrassed pit to have you all executed.
Perfect.
All of us?
I love it.
I thought it was just him.
Yeah, but that is a
disagree.
compromise now.
I don't like this. I go back. I like this character too much.
We're already locked in.
I mean, end of season, guys.
End of season.
End of life. Oh my god.
I've
I'm
gone to
gonna
more
go.
dramatic music.
Can I go hang out on the patio when we do this?
Okay, I've got my moves locked in.
Alright,
Okay.
Pete, what are we doing?
I'm gonna just give you a dice for everything.
Now, is it just Pete versus him, or are we all doing a roll?
Right now, it's just Pete versus him because
Seeing as we're
Peter's
now
the
all
only
in.
one talking. But if you guys wanted to join in,
Oh yes, we do not want
that's
to
on
die.
the table.
Alright, so he's got his moves locked in. Pete, you're leading us. What's the strategy?
He's a shrewd politician, so he'll probably try to do some fancy tactics here.
What beats maneuver?
Nothing beats maneuver, but you could just attack into maneuver, or you could feint into maneuver. So I'm guessing... I don't think he'll be defending the first two at least.
We should use insight to find out.
Oh yeah, insight.
Can I give him a dice on insight as well?
How are
3
you doing
successes.
with the
Also looking at him.
Use magic to divine the future.
Yeah.
die? I also have 3 successes.
Times that
Oh, you two
Those are
sixes.
sixes.
Use a fate point.
Use a
And
fate
re-roll
point.
those 2 6s.
Okay. I'll use
What are you doing?
Also, turn music down, just on catch.
Sure.
It's good music, but just
5.
Okay. I can either tell you 2 of his actions, or I can tell you 1 of his actions in a slot of your choosing.
Alright, who has the best dice pools here? It's gonna Pete, what are your dice pools like for social engaging?
Orator is 4. Ritual for something like defense or something might be 6.
What
And
might be 6?
ritual, if we want to be defending, I know, with some prayers or something.
Start.
I mean,
Whoa! I would justify you using ritual to be like this civilization is going to succeed because we have God on our side.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah. God.
That's sort of orator as well.
I'm just saying, ritual. You're a holy man. If clerics are supposed to be the people who bring societies together with their words, if you can't use your ritual to be like the gods say this will work,
Please, I hope those fox gods come in and divine energy this bitch.
So yeah, I'm
for
thinking
me, I could almost justify Hunter by setting up the battle plan for feeding these people so that you don't know. Because the first thing he's going to suggest is that, well, you're just going to send these people out into the woods to starve to death, so how competent can you actually be? You're just a bunch of kids fucking this up. So I can just rebuttal that with a concise, controlled plan for dealing with hunting and foraging and stuff.
I
So-
could just kill him with a sword.
No, we're trying to figure out...
I think we'd like to maybe know 2 of his moves because based on him being again a good politician, we could sort of figure out where those moves would go.
Okay,
Alternatively, if you're going to take the lead and knowing exactly what you're up against, will let you have a perfect start to the fight.
So
I don't think he can kill us in. I think the end would be more interesting because probably he'd be trying to build into something. So yeah, I guess we'd like to know what he ends with.
Okay. His final action will be a defend.
Alright, how do you hurt defend?
you think?
No, there's no way to hurt the fan. You just
You attack, really.
yeah.
Alright. Well, why don't you give me the attack on defend?
Okay, so you want to attack him.
I could attack with it because I get +1 success if I use my wand somehow. I don't shove it up his
You're not going to
ass.
use a wand on this.
Okay. He'll probably.
I'm not going to use my halberd.
Hit him with it.
I'm guessing that he might start with a maneuver into an attack or do 2 attacks / attack feint. So we could try defending on the second action to counter him, possibly, or buffer against him, and probably the first action should be an attack as well.
Okay, so that could be you because you're the one leading this charge.
Either or.
Well, no, I think it has to be because you're leading the charge.
I mean, no.
Right?
No, whoever's leading the charge has to
No, I think you're right.
take.
Yeah. You are leading the charge. You're in charge of this conflict. You set the stakes. Therefore, you're the guy that has
Yeah,
to take
you
the first
decided
lead.
that we were gonna die. It's all you.
I don't know. I feel like Peter was kind of backed into that.
Anyway, regardless,
Here I go killing again.
I think you're stuck in the first line, which is why I wanted to divine the first line.
Okay, so I think we want to be. I'll attack, Luna will defend, you'll attack.
That seems like a
Are you
safe.
defender?
Yeah.
And that's the second thing?
Yes. Is that.
I thought,
can
we
you-
I thought we should feint instead of defend because it would cancel on any attack, I guess.
But you can also be fainting, and defend beats feint, so it's like a 50-50.
Okay, then
Well,
let's say defend.
I think the defense is good because it'll heal us if we take any
Yes.
bruises in the first
Remember,
round.
he
if
works
it's
in
not-
Marseille, so I'll try it.
Okay, do you have a good skill for the defending though?
No! What do I do? I don't know.
It would be a social skill. So
Manipulator.
basically, you would pick a social skill and you would explain how it works.
Okay, so attack, defend, attack.
Okay. Maneuver, attack, defend.
Maneuver, attack,
Defend.
Okay, that seems pretty even.
Okay, so
Tap your nature, kids.
I guess I'll spend a persona point to add my nature to my orator for this all-out attack, because I'm communal, well, Germans are communal, and he's saying, no, we won't be able to, deal with this community, handle it. Like, dude, I was made for this. Have you seen what I did just coming back here?
Okay, I was gonna say no, but I think you argued it pretty well.
Yeah.
Can you use multiple wises in a roll?
As long as they're different.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Well, I help. Well, you can't really help.
I don't think I can help you, and I don't think I need to. I think you're a heavy hitter.
I'm not sure whether you can help in the context of the wises. Now, can you?
No, you can't.
Anyway, I just need to know for me. So I'm going to try and do the glass cannon.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Wow.
Wait, and you could tap and you could roll those 2 6s.
Yeah,
do it
do it.
today,
I'll
do it that.
use my fate point to reroll my 2 6s.
Another 6, reroll that 6 is 2 more successes plus.
Oh, I gotta make sure I get that 6 again to keep rolling.
Okay, so that will
I
be
gotta look for him.
7 successes on an attack.
So you take him right down to 2.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
How much did he get?
He got 3 successes, so he is both going to impede and gain advantage.
Okay. So,
I'm defending, I'm doing nothing.
Okay, so give us your speech.
well, I did have some speech prepared. So, I guess we pause for a sec.
Yeah. Let me bring up the... We're back.
So, after Galant berates him, what was he saying, that we won't be able to establish this?
You guys are ill-equipped to handle this. You have no idea what you're doing. You're a bunch of children. You're going to lead these people out to die. You're
Okay.
basically wasting lives.
Okay, so Pipsqueak, takes it all in and starts his, speech, gently, "Oh, esteemed council folk, I come here to implore you to be compassionate and decide the fate of the refugees. I know I know where some of your hearts lie, so excuse me while I express myself in a way that for the rest to understand." And I tap into my thaumaturgy to get myself some booming voice, and I switch to Auron, the holy speech of the bird folk, that, coming from a humble folk is sort of weird, I suppose. And he starts preaching that Ardea teaches us that all life is equal, and Hanera asks us to share with those in need. All of you hold the future of the refugees in your hand that have come to Alderhunt. This is the burden you take on willingly with your position, so dare not to dismiss them lightly. The Amarantine are watching this event with intent. And I do not mean that, and I do mean that in the literal sense, not the metaphorical, as some foxes skitter about in the background. If you send the refugees away into the bandit territory and abandon them, they will come back to haunt you and Alderhard as the enemies and abandon you in your hour of need. But make sure they can not only survive but thrive, and they will repay you in kind. The gods are watching, and they too will repay according to your heart's intents.
Okay, so you give this speech, and Galant gets up to interrupt you, but then as you start talking, you see him visibly pale and start shaking and sit back down, and you don't notice anything unusual. But the rest of you, he's speaking in Orin, but everyone starts to understand him in their native tongue. And behind him, you guys see the visage of like a 12-foot tall, illuminous stork, just sort of standing behind him as he gives his speech. And Galant just like completely backs down.
Well,
You're up, Artie.
Defend
I mean,
versus attack.
Well, that's not going to do anything, right? Or I guess if he does damage to me this turn.
Yeah, it'll go
Okay.
versus his attack.
Yeah. So we
So
don't
just
won't have to
wait
compromise.
away the attack from him.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use... Okay, Manipulator, Tap My Nature. And is he impeding me as well?
Yes, he is. And I should actually be rolling 2 more dice.
+2, -1 for you.
Okay. One, two, three, 4 successes.
And you can spend
You guys are on fire.
fate to.
One,
How much did he roll?
He rolled 5.
So
I'm going to spend a fate point and roll these 2 6s.
Yep.
Another success, so whatever.
5 to
nothing
5.
happened.
So you completely nullify him.
Unless you
so-
want to break the thing in your favor,
No.
get some checks.
No, my life is on the line.
So Galant recovers after the manifestation of the deity behind Pipsqueak, and sort of rallies himself and starts to speak out, being like, "Oh, like sure, they've got the gods behind them, but is divinity enough alone to win the day? I mean, we're sending untested children into the wilds here." And he's speaking to the crowds and trying to appeal to everyone, but no one is really having it. You guys have approached all of the people who were previously behind him and sort of
No, keep going. It's clear.
and politic them away from him, so he doesn't have the allies in the council that he had before. And he's like turning around and like trying to appeal to people. And no one is jumping into his side, and you can feel that he's like floundering.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't get to say anything.
He's
do
been
I?
really leaning heavily on the child aspect, right?
Yeah,
Like as hard as he can.
yeah.
Who's present for this meeting?
The council.
Is there any other people? Any other public?
No, it's just the council.
Perfect. Okay. A bit cooler, but yeah, this works for me. Are we on me?
Yeah, we're on you.
This will be your attack versus his defense. I guess also if you want to,
I spend a persona and a fate.
I guess if you also want to like play into the various.
Peter, I have something perfect lined up.
Okay.
I have something just depending on how this goes. Alright. I am using Hunter, and I'll explain why after the roll. 2, 3, 7. 7.
I got 3. You crush him.
Okay. I get up.
What
and I
was
start
your action?
attack.
Oh yeah.
I get up, I start talking about forestry, planning, the ashland stuff, very basic stuff, and then I go, but none of that is relevant because we're not really this meeting isn't really about the refugees. This meeting is about Galant and his incompetence, frailty, and uselessness on this council. Because Galant is arguing with children today. And Galant has lost to children. All of his allies here know that we're the ones who've been undermining him, getting blackmail on him, getting his cooked books, having his griffins free, killing his servant staff. You all know it's us. You all know I killed Thomas. And I got away with it under Galant's nose.
He starts to get like beet red.
We're children. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're talking about. And we walked in and in 2 days beat you. I let your goons kick the shit out of me. I'm gonna let the paladin execute me for murder. Because at the end of the day, life is fun for me. But for you, this was everything. And we just kind of beat you because we thought it'd be interesting. You're worthless.
Those are fighting words.
I don't even care. But you do. And that's what makes you pathetic. All of your peers here are looking at you lose. To, what did you call us? Say it again. Say it again. Come on, one more time if you can, you old parrot. Parrot it back to us. What are we? Tell us what we are.
Your children.
And we beat you.
You haven't beaten me yet.
And we beat you. And we beat. And I'll just keep repeating it like a child.
Over
Over and over again, because I'm a parrot. I'm a Dracula.
Okay. He
In
starts
his
to get
voice.
more and more worked up, and more feverish. And because you guys won with a total victory, he eventually just gets so beet red and gasping for air that he just...
I'm mimicking his gasping back at him. I get right up in his grill and I keep doing it until he falls over and dies.
And he is dead.
Wow.
I look to the rest of the council. Are your full support, I trust.
We are gods.
Full, unconditional support for the refugees.
That was unprecedented. But I believe it would be fair to say the balance of power has shifted.
Sounds like someplace we need a new election.
I feel like I would like to elect somebody to that position.
Yes, we will have to have a by-election.
Just have an election.
Probably like Pipsky runs up to him, but like, you know, being kind of like, well, his spirit has left us.
No, I tried.
We all, I of course hope it goes without saying that the refugees involved will get your full support, because next time this might not be as unpublic as it was.
Yeah, on public meeting private.
Okay. And they convene. So what do you guys want to do with the refugees? What are we doing going forward?
We're gonna set them up for success.
Well,
You guys have some political power now.
Some?
We gathered a little clout. I
Yeah.
still have a persona point left.
Can we take the money that Galant was using and use that to fund this settlement? Now that he has...
we'll need to talk with his
Untimely
widow, I
death.
suppose.
I think I think the better way, instead of us saying we're going
Can
to
we-
take over his holdings, is to tell the councils, like, you're going to funnel resources into these refugees so they're stable.
And more than enough.
And they're like, oh, where are we going to get the money? It's like, I think you know. Don't
Here's
even
the-
fudge with us.
Here's the book. There's more in the dungeon.
You've all seen it. We all exposed him.
Huh?
See, now retroactively, this makes us look so much more competent than we were.
Honest
And
to God.
we walked into town like less than a week ago, found every weakness and every exploit we could find, and then got together and got all those people without realizing it to watch one of their council members be murdered.
With words.
We look
Oh,
terrifying.
Yeah.
We gathered them here for an execution, and not even the executioner paladin figured that out.
And we didn't even execute anyone, but it was still an execution.
It was pretty impressive.
And, like, they don't know that this was all by the seat of our pants. But they probably don't want to test it twice, for the time being. We have a little bit of give now.
Well, we can just, give some offerings to Cran, because obviously that was all orchestrated. Thanks to our...
Yeah, you owe Krem big time.
I think even I
You
do.
really need to handle that.
I mean, I did...
Season 2.
Like, what I want to tell everyone that, hey, Kren likes to, take people down the peg that are, like, full of themselves, and who's more full of themselves than Galant, so...
It's good. I
Well, it
probably
was
should-
Ardia who was behind you when you were speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, kind of also like that when
Yeah.
people are taking Olympics.
I was thinking about my thing to talk about logistics and resources to make us look competent. I'm like, why bother making us look competent when we can make him look like an asshole?
Well,
And that's been the play we've been doing. Like when we freed the Griffin, or like when we investigated the Griffin, we showed the other counselor the feather. We tipped him off for no good reason. We keep tipping people off for no good reason, and now in retrospect, we're like, oh, they were leading us to this moment the whole time. They weren't playing their hand because they didn't know what they were doing. They were playing their hand on a constructed dance.
what is this? Some JoJo or something?
Right?
We don't know how to do this.
Well, Hildegard wants to meet with you guys.
Hooray!
Really surprising.
We should probably also meet with the woman wolf.
Mirabelle?
Yeah, because we
Yeah, if you want her to be there, she can be
Yeah,
there too.
probably because we missed her that last time. Our bad. We were being police brutality.
Oh yeah, I met her.
Is there anyone else you want to be there?
Who else likes us?
Pretty much everybody.
Paladin?
The
No,
Paladin.
Just kidding.
I mean, yeah, the Paladin's
Peyton?
the Paladin's part of Artie's super magical good people society.
Yeah.
Let's have
Yeah.
them be there. Like,
I'm a
Cards on the
super
table.
magical good person.
cards on the table, they're probably a good person.
I mean, they're a paladin.
Yeah. You'll recall Lord Soth was a paladin.
Oh, and Anne. No, not Anne. What was her name? Oh no, that was Mirabelle. Never mind.
Mary, you mean?
Mary.
Luma?
She's like a
Really?
really
Because
cool.
Anne would be an interesting choice.
Yeah, Anne would be a really good.
Yeah, Anne's the shark, right?
Yeah.
Mary is she likes me because I do magic.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
And you guys need to set someone up in the Wizard College.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We need to do that. That has to happen.
He's not gonna be able to just become a wizard.
Yes, he will. You became just a wizard.
With enough
I'm
training,
born like this.
you need to go into the woods, slay enough trolls, and eventually you get a level.
Okay, so Hildegard, Mirabelle, and Benedict come to see you.
I guess Peyton's our ally too because we got him elected.
I mean, he doesn't, like, you guys haven't spoken to him
Oh, we
personally.
just did it.
He's
Happened.
like, he's aware of what you did for him. So
And
Oh
then
yeah,
he's
he was
just-
in the council room now
He
too.
was just there. He's like, "What have I gotten into? What the
Because in
fuck?"
the speech, we went down everything we did to make this moment happen, and it's like we got that guy elected. He's like, "Oh shit, am I part of this? What happened?
He's like, "This is
I've never spoken to
surprising."
these tots a day in my life, and now they're talking about turning people into angels."
So,
well, that was quite the political fracas.
Or so good at things.
It's not every day you see a council member collapse dead on the floor.
Honestly, it would be weird if it was every day.
Yes, and we would have to go through quite a lot of elections.
It would be very taxing on the people.
well, at least then you wouldn't have career politician.
Yeah, they get like 7 days and then they're fucking dead.
All of the career politicians in the room glare.
That's some underwood humor for you.
And that was quite impressive, that speech you gave.
Thank you.
Invoking
So-
God.
What do we do now? Obviously, you will lead the refugees to the new settlement. We will give you whatever resources we can.
All of them. Not what we can. I think you've seen how powerful we are. You'll need to really be generous with the resources.
There are also, poor and starving people in other hearts, so we need to share. But, well, we do owe someone an admission to the Wizarding College.
Oh yeah, we gotta get my friend Thomas that didn't die into the Wizarding College. But I can probably handle that. I know a dude who knows a dude. Actually, no, it's
That's
just
a good idea, and perhaps you could plea for aid from the Aurum as well while you are on your way
They
there.
are not very friendly to me.
Well,
I'm sure what our esteemed sorceress is saying is she would appreciate if she were to be deputized
Super
by
good idea.
the council, so she has a sort of diplomatic immunity.
Which is
Speaking
super
to
cool
the
if I
Wizards
could get some
College.
of that diplomatic immunity
Is
shit.
there perhaps something we should be aware of?
No, it's just that like people don't agree.
No, there's no matter we need to peer into here. We will just deputize her, as the raptor said, and send her on her way.
Super good idea. What do I get? Like a special badge?
Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answers to.
I would prefer a week to get my affairs in order before the execution.
What makes you think? Execute? I don't think that's a good idea.
Execution of
Oh,
the
good.
plan?
That's not on the table. Excellent. Forgive me, I assumed that was on the table. That was part of my gambit, but that's fine. This works better. No, he was just down there. I was like, no, this is going to be too good. It's worth it.
And then, like, what do I get, like, a special seal or, like, something?
We will write you a letter.
Could you make it, like, a super nice letter? Like, you could use a
I
copy.
assure you, my penmanship is excellent.
You might use
Super nice.
Could you, like, put in a couple pages and really talk about how great I am in it?
Trust me, I have experience in these matters. Brevity is the word of the day.
Don't know that word. Sounds like a good word. It's gonna be a long letter, guys.
But we will see that you are equipped with everything that you need. So, where exactly are you planning on setting this settlement?
We'll bring out maps and show like river, water sources, animal. Like we actually did a bit of research on this, so it's like proper feeding grounds, all that sort of stuff.
Feeding grounds like they're fucking cattle.
No, feeding grounds for other animals to
Yeah.
hunt and forage for, like a fur trapping post.
So let's see. So the bandits are towards the
east?
Bracken Hill, right?
Yeah, they work out of the mountains.
Oh, the mountains.
The Bandit Mountains.
So I guess we'll be going past Avium, maybe like where the forest ends or something like that, or
Mountain-fed river on plains, good farmland.
It
guess
seems
we
very
can go there.
dangerous.
Plus, we'll be able to use the river to
Where
track.
did they want to put them, though? What was the original plan?
it doesn't matter.
Plus, we'll be able to track any minerals being sent off by the mountains by the rivers if we're panning for minerals to
And
use
you also have
ironworks.
lines as well
Sure.
into the mountains. Long
So okay, so where the mountains meet the rivers.
Yeah,
on
somewhere around there.
We will need the proper infrastructure.
Hell,
and
if you put it in the middle of
to
that
set up
fork,
a very
then you're
well
kind of on two
traveled road,
sides.
a proper road into the location. So like extra money, please.
It's not necessarily about the money, it's about the workers, and I guess we have enough workers.
And we also need proper protections for the caravan as they travel, and proper initial protections when they first get set up. So
We were hoping that you would be the protection.
3 of us protect how many refugees again?
Well, you could teach them to defend themselves. I mean, these are not
I'm sorry.
helpless sheep. They're
Have you
accomplished.
met the people of Tin Tooth Land? Sorry, what was that place? There's no offense. They will have brew liquor and deal drugs. No offense to them. I love them.
We will need a contingent of specialists and militia to come with to help set up basics, and then they can return.
Okay, someone roll for me.
A manipulator?
Okay.
I seem to be doing awfully now.
I was only able to justify Hunter because it became real that we were hunting that guy we killed.
Difficulty 2.
I don't have anything else to tap my nature, so. Anyone helping me with this?
Sure, I could help you with resources. I don't know, Ash Touch. I don't know, I forgot to use my Wises in that last roll. I just forgot.
Orator, I guess?
I would say Hunter, because I've been throwing my Hunter knowledge in, so there you go.
Okay.
One, two.
That's what you needed. I suppose we can spare some small detachment of the Perch Guard to accompany you there and back.
And we'll have a few names you've already picked beforehand, including the guy that put the boot to me.
Great idea.
We'll just get him away from his friends and family and home for a little while, as a treat, as a reward
It's a really
for
good
his
roll.
service.
It's a good roll.
Well, in that case, I suppose you should depart immediately.
Yeah, sounds good.
We'll probably wrapping on this and the montage of the Exodus, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So I guess, Chris could organize the people to start moving that shrine he built for the purification, that's the sort of like the... Yes?
Let's do a little something with you.
Ooh.
So,
Let's pay back that god.
yeah.
You're about to, some debt's about to be called in.
So, you go down to arrange and corral the people. But as you do, you at first take just a turn that you think makes sense to you. Then you find yourself in a bit of a strange setting. So you take another turn to try and go back to the path that you were before, and you just keep taking turn after turn after turn through alleyways until eventually you end up out on the branches, and there is a fox person in a hood waiting for you.
Hi.
So, you have availed yourself of my gifts.
Yes, thank you for all the help.
Yes, but I notice you have yet to repay me.
You see, like your soul.
Well, I was planning to make that village sort of be christened your name, / as in,
It's not a village. It's a metropolis. It's supposed to be a thriving metropolis. So much harder.
the first, shrine there to be built to Kren and so on and so on.
I am not interested in platitudes, Pipsqueak.
Oh? So how can I help you?
Appreciated the way that you took Galant down a notch. That was good. I would like to see you do more of the same. There are many raised to lofty positions who do not deserve them. I would like to see you bring them low.
Okay. Yeah. I got myself into this, so I can't say no.
We accidentally set the bar a little too high.
I'll do my best to do that personally and maybe recruit some other people that might do the same.
Yes. I approve of this. I will be with you, and I will be watching.
Oh, that's foreboding.
Thanks.
And they turn away and they drift off into the branches.
Woo-wee.
Woo-wee.
What a season. Okay.
Okay, back to what you were saying.
So yeah, I think as the people be organized and moving and so on, I think one of the things that they'll be bringing is that shrine Pipsqueak built with everybody for the purification of the land, the water and so on. So probably just pick it off and carry it along with them, and that will be the part of the new village.
It's gonna be like your little Ark of the Covenant.
Sort of like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Sure. Does anyone else have any kind of business they want to attend to?
I've exceeded my wildest expectations for the
Honestly,
business I attend to in the capital city.
I am about to get murdered in the area, but otherwise, this has been a great day.
Okay.
I feel like a real powerful person.
Well, then I guess we'll just wrap up a little early.
I'm impressed at how much we accomplished.
Yeah, I was expecting it to go a little longer with the social stuff, but you guys really blew through
I
it
cannot
with some
believe it.
amazing rolls.
We do so many checks.
I still have a Persona Point.
Yeah.
So do I.
I was just blowing through them in the early game. I'm like, nope, today's the day.
Okay, well, I was Tyler.
Peter.
RB!
And I was Devin, and this is sponsored by Nobody. Signing off.